I don't know, but I mean, I'm game.
Come on, jazz hands. Come on, join me, Patrick. Jazz hands. There you go. There you go. All right, we're live from the Big Daddy Gun Studios in Gainesville, Florida. I'm Hank Strange. Put your big girl panties on, because tonight on the Who Moved My Freedom podcast, we have the one, the only Patrick R. from TFB TV. Lola's looking at me to make sure that I say the Firearm blog. So I said the Firearm blog, TFB TV. What's up, Patrick? And what happened? Where is his audio going? It's funny, I could hear something.
Something broke.
Oh, okay, yeah. There you go. I hear you. What's up, man? See, this is how it goes when we're live. Okay, so we'll let Patrick work on what he's working on there. We can hear you a little bit.
Yeah, I can now hear you.
Okay, there you go. There you go. So thanks for everyone that's been waiting in the chat behind the scenes here. Lots of guys waiting patiently. Thank you guys for that. We really appreciate it. If you've been here waiting, I think Lola gave you guys a chance to get this. I don't know if you've seen this, Patrick. This is the Trump Rooster.
Wow.
From Safety Harbor Firearms.
That's angry looking.
Yeah, I could probably get you one of these if you're interested.
It's pretty rad, man. It's pretty
rad. I can hook you up with that.
I need to put together like a patch wall, like bad.
Yeah, do you guys have patches? Does TFB have patches?
Yeah, man. You can get them. Actually, it's one of the giveaways for our Patreon campaign, as a matter of fact.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I need to send you one, and I just had one on my desk because I used it earlier. But yeah, no, we've got red ones. We've got some righteous, like, special ones. I can't remember which ones. I think it's like a OD green and black for like tier 2. So once somebody donates $30, they get a red and white writer's patch, and then tier 2, whatever that is. Because I don't do those patches. I don't mail those out. I mail out the $30 ones.
Okay.
You know, they get that patch, and there's some super secret patch whenever they hit a total lifetime donation of $100.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, so
and like I don't even get one of the super secret patches, which is bullshit.
You got to donate some money to the cause.
Yeah, I think I donate plenty of money. I spent plenty of money today, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I'm sure. Absolutely, I'm sure.
Actually, if you can see it right there.
Is that the gun you were torture testing? I can't wait.
No. That's another one. And I'm going to apologize to your viewers. I'm going to multitask again because Hank's going to do some talking. I haven't eaten yet.
Oh, okay. No, go ahead. Okay, so while you grab something, we want you, we don't want you to faint here. So while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and thank everyone that's been waiting. Like I said, I want to thank everyone that's joined us already. I want to encourage you guys to click the like button. Click that like button. Definitely share this on your social media and let folks know that we're doing this. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and all that good stuff. Now, what else? Oh, yeah. Also, there's a couple of things I want to do for the folks in Houston and Texas. Now, you're in Texas, right, Patrick?
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay,
sir.
Are you in that area that's been affected?
No. So it's a pretty big place, and thankfully, oh my God,
what did you do?
There's like Hankception going on here. Yeah, no, I'm pretty far away, about 8 hours away.
Okay, cool. So what we want to do, I'm glad you're not in the mix of it. I know lots of folks out there are. So there's a couple things that we want to do, to help out with the relief that's going on there with Hurricane Harvey. The first one I want to tell you guys about is with Forge from Freedom. They make t-shirts. They're going to be doing our t-shirts. And if you go to their website, which is forgefromfreedom.com, you'll see it. There's an unsinkable t-shirt there with Texas and all that stuff. 100% of the proceeds are going to the relief fund, to the victims over there. So, and like I said, we know those guys, so definitely check them out. There's a link in the description of this video. And then the other one, I'm going to pull it up here. It's from Grab a Gun. So if you go to facebook.com/grabagun, I also have a link in the description of this. Houston flood relief silent auction. So it looks like they're auctioning off a IWI Galil Ace SAR, and all of those funds will also be going to those folks. So I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that. You know, our hearts and minds and all that kind of stuff goes out to those folks still dealing with that. And if anyone that's watching in the chat or whatever has any, you know, good viable charities, obviously we have to be careful. You know how this goes when stuff like this happens. Some people take advantage. If you have any good things that you've checked out, let us know. Leave stuff in the comments and all that. So I don't know if there was anything you wanted to say along this line, Patrick.
No, man. Like, you know, I don't really. I'll participate in charities, but I don't really. I'm not that guy to be like, yeah, you'll go support these dudes. And actually, what a lot of my friends have been doing is they've just been loading up John boats and heading down south and doing water rescues.
Absolutely, yeah. That's that's awesome, man. You know, I know that everyone can't do that, but the guys that are doing that, that's definitely the you know, the most needed thing there, right?
Yeah. A buddy of mine is a Fort Worth cop, and he headed down to Houston with four buddies, and 4 guys total and 2 boats. So they're going to do 2-man teams, go out and do water rescues, which I think is really, really awesome.
Yeah.
I'd love to go down there. I've got a newborn I got to worry about.
Yeah. Oh, I understand. I think Chris B in the chat is saying that Matt from Demo Ranch is going down there to do some stuff. I know Matt's in Texas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's
somewhere
down in, I think he's in the, like, Austin area, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Have you ever been out to Demo Ranch?
No, I've not been out to Demo Ranch. I'd like to. I think it looks like he's got a pretty rad setup over there.
Yeah. I want to go there just to, like, you know, see the chickens and stuff like that he has. I want to drive. He just built a like a go-kart sand rail kind of thing that you could drive on the road that looks pretty cool.
I didn't know Lackland. Well, I'm sure Lackland was sending in. I know my buddy's part of the Texas Air National Guard, and his unit was activated.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so let me
shout out to Scott F over at the, what is he calling it now? The Firearms podcast, something like that.
Firearms podcast. Okay, who was that again?
Scott F. He also writes on TFB.
Oh, Scott F. Okay. So let me just shout out everyone that's hanging out in the chat like I did before. If I miss you, I see Lawrence Lerwick's in there. Shut up and play your guitar. Chris B, Tommy Evans. I see Brian, Wardex, Chris Bullis. Yeah, lots of folks in there. You know, if I missed you, just Jackson Oldman's in there. You know, see all those guys. So if I missed you, just like shout me out now, and I'll do roll call. Let's see. Lyle Caldale wants to know, what would Patrick suggest for a do-it-all pistol other than the G19? Thanks. And I see Vanessa Kitty is in there. So what's up?
Lyle, my answer is going to be an FN 509, man.
FN 509. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. How long have you had that?
I've had a 509 since February.
Since February. Okay, cool. Yeah,
I was one of the first guys. I think maybe there was a couple dozen media that got their hands on it for the embargo, and I was lucky enough to be invited to that event. This is my second 509, and I've actually got the Apex flat trigger in this thing that no one has seen yet.
Oh, cool. Okay, let's get a close-up look at that.
You know, you've got the finger on it. Let me get out of the way so you can really see it.
Okay, the flat trigger. Now, why do you like this 509 so much?
You know, you've got 17 round mags. You've got a relatively short slide on top. So if you want to carry an appendix or whatever, you know, it works really well. I like the sights on it. I know they're big and blocky, and they're a little bit on the giant side. But the cool thing is you can mill this thing for a red dot, and you don't need new sights.
Okay.
The serrations
they're high post enough.
Yeah, the serrations on the front and rear of the slide are like the best I've ever seen on a factory pistol.
Okay.
They're very, very good. and it's really, really accurate. I wish I could show you guys the video, but I've got I ran a test of the flat trigger versus the stock trigger, and at about 25 yards, I think I was shooting like this. You know.
Oh, okay. Is that on TFB TV yet, or you haven't done that?
I've done the 509. I haven't done the Apex trigger yet,
Okay.
but they can check out the 509 review. And I really do dig it, though. It feels good in the hand. I know people whine about the texture on it because you get like 4 different textures on it.
Okay.
But like they spent a lot of time working on it. And
just okay, I was gonna say, just hold up the so we can see the backstrap of the pistol grip for a second there. That looks like, is that pretty aggressive on?
No, surprisingly.
Okay.
So it looks like it, but when you hold it in your hand, the areas that really matter are the back strap and the front strap.
Mm-hmm.
The side of the pistol doesn't really matter as far as how try to get this to where it's catching the light
right there. Yeah, right there.
So
the front looks really very Glock-like. Yeah. Okay. You don't feel that?
No, not at all. And like, if anything, this, you know, like none of it is too aggressive, and it's just aggressive enough. But it shoots really, really well. It's really flat shooting, really controllable. I find it points very naturally. You get a pick rail on here, which is pretty rad. And, you know, ambi controls is also cool. But I mean, overall, it's a pretty nice little gun. And I think people are overlooking it.
What's the price on that?
You know, I think they're like $550, $600.
Okay. Yeah. So
right.
so competitive with Glock. Yeah. And is the Apex your go-to trigger? If so, why?
No, it's the only one for the 509.
Okay.
And like this one's not even out on the market yet. You know, that's just the trigger that there is.
Right. I understand. Now, just for folks who I put this in the description. There you go. Hold on. Let me see if I can lock this for a second. We are going to talk about the Gen 5 Glock. So there we go. We got a Gen 5 right there. That's a 19. So you can see here. Let me hold it out a little bit so you guys can see. It's got the ambi slide lock on it and all that stuff. We'll talk about it. We'll get more detailed. Here's the 17.
Is Big Daddy Guns okay with you tearing that down to the small parts?
Yeah, I think I could take it down. I just can't shoot it unless I buy it, you know, because obviously there's not a lot out there right now. So, you know, I'm not going to be able to shoot it yet. But hey, we could talk about it. This one came with the AmeriGlow sights on it.
Those are the FBI sights.
Yeah. So there you go. We'll talk about those. I also have like the Gen 4s in here that we can compare. You know, we'll do that. We'll talk about a bunch of stuff you guys want to do. Let me shout out some folks that came in here.
You might want to send Lola to go get a Glock tool, because I'm going to want you to tear that apart for me.
Oh wait, oh no, not that far.
Oh come on, it's like Legos.
Yeah, okay. I could just hear those guys right now, like don't even start it. So let's see, who is it? Like Keith Gregory, what's up? Chris. Where did that go? Oh, everything just jumped on me. Okay. Let's see. Let me go back up here. Chris McKillop, Exhale, Steel Ringer, 803, Salad Shooter, Razor JB, Lyle called it, Imposter, Brian Long is in here. There you go. Lots of Clay Pigeon, bunch of dudes in there. So what's up to all those guys? I think I hit everyone on that. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button, guys. Don't forget to like and then share on your social media.
I want to address Clay Pigeon here. Clay Pigeon says, my point is I wanted Patrick to suggest a different Glock model because he's known for being a huge fan of the Glock. The truth is, like, I'm not a Glock guy as much as you guys want to paint me as one. They just work for very specific applications. If I go out and shoot for fun, I'm not going to shoot a Glock. Why would I do that? I mean, I mean, like my Roland Special, like I might shoot that one for fun because it's really flat shooting. But like that can be achieved with any gun with a compensator and a red dot and a magwell. Like I can get the same level of enjoyment.
So people have an impression that you're like a big Glock guy? Apparently. And I mean, like I didn't really respect the firearm much until I truly understood how they worked.
It wasn't until I sat down in an armorer's course and somebody like explained the operating mechanism to me, to where I had an aha moment, and I was like, holy crap, that is like the simplest thing on the planet. Like, this thing is incredible that it works so well with so few parts, and like gives the amount of reliability it does. And that's when I was like, man, maybe there's something to these things. And I went out and I bought a Gen 4 Glock 19. My first 9mm Glock purchase was my first double stack 9mm Glock purchase was in November of last year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So to you, what's the purpose? What's the like specific purpose of a Glock to you? What would you use that for?
It's a tool, man. It's a hammer, like when it comes to my concealed carry gun, that's a Glock 43 with a stipple job, a Terran tactical base plate, Amera glow sights inside of an old style design holster. Like, it's a very specific tool, and it works best. Like, I didn't expect to call a question that quick.
Yeah, I know.
Now that you're a talker, and I didn't anticipate.
Right. See, I never do what you expect, but it's cool. We'll give you a minute here.
Actually, give me just a second. I'm gonna have my wife grab my carry gun and bring it in here.
Okay. G43 coming in. That's exactly what I'm carrying, by the way, a G43. That's what I have on me right now. And I think the thing is that even though I've got a bunch of Glocks personally, so you could probably put me safely in the category of being a Glock guy, but I like trying out different handguns and stuff like that. I like guns. I like all guns. I like good guns, bad guns, cheap guns, expensive guns, beautiful guns, ugly guns.
we're going to have school here.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah. Do you have your Glock tool? Are you taking that thing apart here for us on the air?
I will. I can.
Yeah. Okay. That'll be cool. I'm sure folks out there would like that.
It ain't hard.
Yeah. I know I'm not taking this one apart because I got like specific lectures about shooting this thing. These guys thought I was going to go shoot it.
Bring my range bag in here.
So they were like, do not shoot those guns, Hank Strange. Show them only for showing purposes to the people. So like, I think if you want to, you can actually, if you're here in the Gainesville area, you can actually go into the store tomorrow or whenever and buy one of these or both of them or whatever. And then when you buy it, then you can let me shoot it. Go ahead.
Crispy, so you said you're just thinking of the Patrick Got Fired video where he was all about the Glock. Yeah, that was the joke.
Oh, that's why. Yeah,
that was the joke. Is Glocks are better than 1911s to anger the fanboys or whatever. Yeah. I thought it was funny. We were all laughing about it at Brownells. So this is my carry setup, and this will ride appendix with me.
Okay.
So it's a pretty simple, dumb-looking holster. It's kind of ugly.
Who made the holster?
This is Old Style Designs, and this dude's out of Boyd, Texas. He's a knife maker that was asked by a retired Delta guy to build a holster, and this is what they came up with. And it's super thin, so you can see how much that flexes. Mm-hmm. And if you put the gun in there, you see that it adds like nothing to the gun at all. Mm-hmm. So I went with that because it rides in the right spot to where when I sit, the muzzle doesn't dig into my pelvis too much, and it's really, really concealable. There are a couple of changes I'd like to make to it, and I need to call him to do that. But let me clear this thing. But it nowhere rides with a +1 base plate on a +1 Terran base plate. So that gives me full firing grip.
Is that Terran?
Yeah, Terran Tactical.
Yeah, Terran Tactical.
Yeah, so like when I grasp the pistol, I get all 3 fingers on the grip. Mm-hmm. So I can get a full firing grip on it. Tango Hunter says, I don't know how people can appendix carry. It's so uncomfortable when I sit. I don't even have a guy. I don't even have a guy either. I don't know what the hell the last part means. I'm assuming you're a lady. And if you're not, then that sentence makes you seem as though you're a lady. But a gut.
Oh, a gut. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna roll with my first. Assumption, and ma'am, it's because you haven't found the right holster. And that was my problem. Like I tried a bunch of different holsters, and it wasn't until I found one that sat just right for me to really consider appendix carry
yeah.
to be like a viable thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a personal thing for everyone. Some people like the whole appendix carry, and we're talking about right in front, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so
I'm not a fan of it just because of, you know,
well,
reasons. Okay, now we got to see. Oh, there we go. Look, the Patrick R. junk shot.
Yes,
oh,
sir.
You know, the president of TFB TV is going to love this.
I don't think there is a president of TFB TV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess it's just the owner.
I'm in a relatively tight fitting shirt, and like you see no gun.
Yeah.
So now it only comes down to about here, and my pivot point is right here. So whenever I sit, it's sitting just the right level. And my point is, you need to find the right holster for your application.
Yeah.
So
also the right gun. I mean, you know, it's not going to work. Yeah.
And that brings me to my next point. So let me move my dinner out of the way for the time being, and then re-clear this thing. All right. So, and I need a 7-round mag. What I did when I got my first single stack carry gun was to compare the Shield and the Glock 43 because I mean, crispy. Yeah, I know it's pointed right at my Johnson, but I've been married for 10 years and I'm not using it much any longer. You
don't need your Johnson. Is that what you're saying?
I got a kid. I'm set.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. Or your Johnson's bulletproof.
I mean, it's either that or it's very hard to hit.
Yeah. Do you? I'm assuming, obviously, you carry one in the chamber because you were just unloading. Yeah. So,
why would I carry an unloaded handgun?
Yeah.
All right. So now,
make any sense?
Class is in session. This is why I decided that the Smith & Wesson Shield was inferior to the Glock 43. And it's a pretty simple, reason. One, when you shoot a Glock 43, it feels like a Glock. It feels like a full-size gun. The trigger feels like a full-size gun. Everything lays in the right spot.
Mm-hmm.
The Shield doesn't. It feels like a single-stack gun. You know, it feels thin, it feels uncomfortable, and everything kind of sits in a different spot than it would on a full-size gun. Like the trigger's a little bit lower than it would be on a full-size gun. You can see how far it's dropped from.
Yeah, I see you improved that trigger also. So definitely you upgrade all your triggers.
This was kind of this was a review thing. It's the Brownell's exclusive Apex trigger. So if you look at this, like where my finger sits on a Glock, you see it's got a slight decrease in angle. And it's kind of, maybe a 5-10 degree angle. Now on the Shield, in order to get that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you have as much leverage. Yeah.
It's much more pronounced. So I didn't like that. And when you're dealing with a trigger like this, you can run into problems where if you listen, you can hear that click right before it takes up. Mm-hmm. That's the trigger safety impacting the frame. Now, reason number two that I think that the Shield is inferior, I will get to why the 43 and not the 26 in a second, because I do have a reason for that. Reason number two, I have 2 7-round magazines. The Glock 43 is shorter with a +1 extension. So as a tool, it is a better tool. It takes up less space. The magazines are just as cheap. I mean, obviously, you can see, I've got the bottoms lined up, but it's like a full round taller for the 7-round on the Shield versus the 7-round modified Glock mag. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, I'm not doing like 15 of these, so the cost difference between the two isn't really a factor. So now this is the one that'll really blow your mind, and this is something nobody thinks about. Tear my gun apart real quick.
Push the lever down.
I hate that stupid lever.
I thought you could still pull the trigger and no?
Yeah, you can, but somebody else, some nerd in your comment section is going to call me on it. All right, so
Because Lola and I did this comparison. Lola chose the shield. I don't like the shield for this. I like the shield, but I prefer the 43.
I'm gonna hold these barrels up, and I'm gonna cover the hoods. I want you to tell me which one you think is the shield's barrel. Now, mind you, the shield is a slightly larger gun than the 9, or than the 43. Which one of these two?
I'm gonna say okay, let me see. The shield is the one on the right. Well, I don't know. The shorter one in your hand.
Correct. You're correct. So you have a larger gun with approximately half an inch-ish less barrel than the Glock 43. Now, what does that mean? That means that the hollow points that rely on pressure inside the cavity to reliably expand are moving just a touch slower. You get less of a burn in the shield than you do in the 43. So you've got a round that's less effective in the shield. It's going to be slower than in the 43. And that's the big reason. That was the blow my mind kind of thing. I was like, holy crap. Like, why am I even looking at the shield anymore?
Yeah. I mean, you know, and we're not telling anyone to do what we do. I think all of this is different for every person. You have to look at it and figure out what works for you. Lola and I did the same kind of thing. She likes the shield. I prefer
okay, she's entitled to be wrong.
For the 43. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you know. Can't knock her for it, you know. I just want her to carry something.
I saw the fear in your eyes, sir.
Yeah,
I don't blame you.
She's in striking distance right now.
She's a formidable lady.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I love Lola. She's good people.
Yeah, and then she's reminding me that I didn't ask you about your background for those people who didn't see the previous one. So let's see. Yeah, so let's. I don't know if you want to flip through the background real quick for people who you know, don't know about your background.
Oh, my background?
Yeah.
I like gun stuff. I've liked gun stuff all my life, and you know, I was in the Army once, so there's that. All right, so the barrel demonstration. Some of the guys didn't see it. Can you lock it on me real quick?
Yeah, locking it.
All right, so you've got 2 barrel lengths here. Obviously, the shield is a larger gun. You're going to automatically assume that it's slightly longer of a barrel, though the longer barrel belongs to the shield. Well, you would be wrong. This is the Glock barrel. This is the shield barrel. And if you put them hood to hood, you'll see that you've got about a third of an inch to half inch of difference in length. Now, like I said, that means that your bullet is going to be moving just a little bit slower. And the cavity on these relies on a little bit of hydrostatic pressure to kind of push the petals out and expand reliably. And that's been a problem with, that was a problem early on with, like, you know, the Glock 26 and single stack 9s, is the bullets weren't designed to open up at slower speeds that the you know, bullets were moving when shot out of a subcombat gun. So yes, do I ever carry the Roland? Yes, I do. So anyway, that was one of the big reasons that I chose the Glock 43 over the shield. And at the time, they were about $75 to $100 difference between the two.
Yeah, I think the shield had some, like, the shield had some special deals and stuff like that. Yeah, just because they knew they were competing with Glock, they had some really good deals. A bunch of people bought them.
Well, there's a lot of other reasons that happens, and like, that's not all of the reason, but I'm not gonna really get into it.
Yeah, 803 Salad Shooter says it's about the girth, not the length.
No, that's not true at all.
Yeah, there's a difference between sex and maybe shooting, you know.
I mean, no, I mean, well, one, it's shot placement. And, two, like, my Glock 43 is just as effective as that dumbass that still carries 1911 with a 7-round magazine of ball ammo.
Yeah,
like, more so effective than that. I've got faster follow-up shots. I've got you know, a round that performs better, because if you carry good quality hollow point ammo in 9mm, like, this is 147 grain Federal HST, and this stuff is like the shit when it comes to 9mm defensive ammo. Like, it's just as effective as 45 ACP and the same bullet design.
Yeah, and you know what? Also, to go back to the sexual connotations there for a second, you know, TFB not allowed to talk about sex either, apparently. No sex, no politics, no religion. So, you know, listen, just like our gentleman bits are all different, you know, the vajayjays are also different. So, you know, It's like it's not a one size fits all kind of situation. Everything depends on who you are, what you're getting into, what's important to you. You know, obviously Patrick is a gun nerd. He's, you know, it seems like very technical, has specific reasons. Your reasons might be different, or what's important to you might be different. So
yeah, I mean, and then, you know, I think somebody earlier said yes, you can get an 8-round magazine for the Shield, but if you compare the 8-round magazine to my 9-round magazine is still shorter.
yeah.
So I mean, I've got reasons for why I did what I did. You know, it's not one of those things like, oh no, you know, like the Church of Glock won't let me carry anything other than the Glock 43, and that's why I did it. Why I chose the Glock 43 is a very specific set of reasons, and like I compared every subcompact single stack 9 on the market. Like I went to the range and I shot all of them back to back, and like eliminated them one by one.
Yeah, you know what go ahead. You know what I also noticed? Someone's trying to get you to get to something. You know what I also noticed since because I've got like pretty much all the 9mm Glocks. I think there's maybe one or something I'm missing. But you know, when I got the 43 and I started carrying it, it's I don't carry anything else too often unless I feel like, oh, I need some extra whatever's on me. And I always carry it and have like a backup magazine in my pockets here. You know, there goes my magazine that I use, and I believe
that looks like a Strike Industries.
Yeah, it's a Strike. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, hang on a second. You're gonna hear me walk away. Hang on. I hear my dog doing something that he shouldn't be doing.
See, Patrick showed his junk, so I don't know if I should show my junk. But I'll try to avoid showing anyone my junk. But I actually have a pocket right there for my magazine, and I don't know if you guys can see that.
Oh, tactical.
Special tactical. Yeah. I've got like special tactical jeans from what's that place, Lola? I think it's Triple Aught. Is it Triple Aught Design or something like that? Special tactical jeans. So they look like jeans, but they've got like almost cargo pockets, I'd say.
So, and then if somebody said, well, you can get an 8-round magazine for the Shield. Well, yes, you can. But if I stack them up, the 8-round magazine for the Shield is the same length as my 9-round mag with a Terran base plate. So,
yeah,
it's just another one of those things.
Yeah.
EDC 9 versus Glocks. Like I'm impressed with the EDC 9. It feels nice. Like I'm really, really impressed. I don't really see it as a carry gun or like an everyday thing. But like it's a cool gun. I'll give it that. The no love for my PPS metric. Semper Paratus, what is your name? Like your first name, please.
Okay, you want to know Semper Paratus' first name?
Yes.
Oh, why is that?
A suspicion.
Uh-oh. Is this someone you know?
Maybe.
Oh. Dan.
It's not.
Oh,
All right. Yeah, okay.
You're about to go in?
No. The other gentleman that I know that operates a business under Semper Paratus Arms is a good friend of mine. A really smart dude.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so John Warren says same mag, 8 rounds and 7-round shield mag with
John Warren, guess what? It's like 8 rounds and a 6-round mag with the Glock mag. Like it's like 6.5 rounds from the factory, and you add that +1 on there.
Yeah.
And mag guts, and you're at 8 rounds. But I'm not dicking around with magazine springs because, like, as far as I'm concerned, the mag gut springs aren't proven enough.
Yeah. It looks like who is this? Steel Ringer wants to know the link for the pants. Lola, can you find like the Triple Aught? The only thing, if you guys want to know about the, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing. I can't let Patrick come on here and do the junk thing. Let me see if I could turn my camera down a little bit here, so I could show my junk.
You need a tighter shot.
Can't let Patrick be the only one showing the junk. So here's the pants, and these are like the black. They've got blue as well. And see, I've got there's like a pocket right there. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna lock this for a second. so Patrick can do some stuff. See, you got pockets there. Here's pockets. Got my light in there. Deep. Look at how deep those pockets are. So I think that's pretty cool. That's on both sides. So here we go.
Deep pockets means you're paying me for this, right?
The check's in the mail. So here's my knife. You know, still it's on both sides. So I've got like my car keys and all kinds of stuff in here. You know, chapstick. Every dude should have chapstick. Yeah. So there you go. So the only thing I don't like about this, no zip. It's actually like buttoned up, which I personally hate that. And then the back. Let's see if we could show the back. There you go. There's the back with the extra pockets in here. So there's an extra pocket for your magazine, and you could put like an AR mag in that pocket, and it's both of them. So I don't know whether or not you can see that. So there you go. I don't like buttons, man. Like buttons, I think are not tactical on pants. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Buttons, because this is like these jeans are button up, and I don't like that.
Buttons are tactical.
No, you know, like whenever I go use a bathroom somewhere, it's
no.
It's not, you can't just like unzip and whip it out and then, you know, do your business.
Yeah, but zippers aren't tactical.
Really?
No, man. Like BDUs have button flies.
Oh, yeah. I'm always worried that like when I, you know, undo the buttons.
Doesn't hear you pee.
Huh?
That way the enemy doesn't hear you pee. Like you can hear a zipper in the woods, you can't hear a button.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's why, because I'm always like, why the hell did they do buttons instead of a zipper?
Because it's what's on BDUs.
Okay, so it is tactical, but I don't like that.
Tactical, yes.
Yeah. I always feel like I'm gonna get pantsed in the bathroom.
That's why you only open the middle ones and use the flap in your
I always feel, but you see, you know, then I don't get enough leverage. This is a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So
if you need leverage to describe your method of peeing, you need to go to like some sort of like cock handling school.
And you know what? So go ahead. What?
I saw somebody earlier. I believe it was Dan, the Dan the man with the Semper Paratus name, said no love for the PPS. Yes, I do. I have a PPS gun. This is my backup gun. I've got a El Cheapo appendix holster. This usually lives in my truck, and when I forget to grab my 43 for whatever reason, that goes on. Yeah,
I feel that looks familiar. I think you showed that too the last time. No? Oh, okay. I don't know why I've seen. Oh, okay.
But if you take apart a PPS M1, if you check out my video on TFB TV, the inside of that is like identical to a Glock. So like I like to refer to the
very similar spring.
Oh no, this thing is like identical. Like if you look at how it works, you know, like if you look at take that Glock apart that's in front of you and look at the back.
The Gen 5 here. Let's
yeah. See,
let's do the Glock 19.
Robert McNeely asks, what sights do y'all run on your 43s? I have a Mariglow Hackathorns on here, which are the bee's knees as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and there you go, the Mariglow.
Yeah,
I don't change shit on my Glocks that I actually carry, so I'm not all. All
right. So if you pull on the trigger, sir, kind of pull it forward just a little bit and show that cruciform off. Okay, you see that part moving, everybody? Like you have to make noise for it to do the thing for you.
Yeah. Now I pulled it. Yeah, I pulled it.
Yeah, like
there you go.
Yeah. Okay. So y'all see how that fell? This is the PPS. This is a Walther gun.
Okay, just did it one more time. Okay, I'll lock it on you.
This is the Walther gun. You see how that part moves in exactly the same manner. If you take it out of the Walther, it is roughly the same part. Like the disconnector works in the same manner.
Can you put a Glock slide on top of that?
No, it's not. It's not possible. The dimensions are different, but like this thing is functionally identical to the Glock 43.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me clear
on the Glock 43.
Yeah, let me clear my 43. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, I can take mine apart.
Okay, there you go. All right, so there's mine. I don't put anything on it. So there,
yeah.
I don't change anything. I'm not cool enough.
Yeah, I've gotten over.
I just leave it as it is. No fancy triggers. or anything like that. The only thing I have is, you know,
the Strike Industries base plate, which is, that's a pretty decent part.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think they're like, what, $20 or something like that?
Yeah.
But, yeah, like my Glock, I've got TXT Custom Gunworks did the stipple job on it. I've got a Overwatch Precision DAT V2 trigger on here, which is pretty nice. So, I mean, short take up, crisp break, and then the reset is short and positive. So it feels like shooting my full-size gun. I've got Ameriglow sights on here, kind of not pointed at me. So you get a nice bright orange front and then a black rear. So these are the Ameriglow Hackathorns.
Yeah.
And then I need to put my Vickers slide catch back in here because I really don't like the stock one. But
now everyone has tactical everything. Tactical flip-flops, underwear. There you go. Okay, so have you gotten your hands on the Gen 5 Glock?
No, I've not. Okay. I've not had a chance to play with one. I've been too busy messing with bolt gun stuff recently.
Okay. I know TFB.
We're going to show those off. We're going to show those off in a little bit.
Okay, cool. I know TFB has. Who was it at TFB that?
James Reeves and Pete were both at the event. Right.
Okay. So what do you think about them? Here's the.
I think it's the 17M. I think it's going to be fine. It's going to work. I mean, I'm not rushing out to buy one because I've reached the point where I realize Glock frames, even for a Gen 4, is like $200. So I'll take my Glock out in the garage, grind the finger grooves off, and stipple it myself.
Yeah.
I think that it's a good option for a lot of people. I mean,
if you haven't, so if you're one of those people, I think that's been holding on because you don't like the finger grooves. So, okay, there, you got the finger grooves. There's a couple of things that are different on it. And guys have videos out there. I think it's got like 2 pins now instead of 3.
Yeah, it is a 2-pin gun.
Yeah, I think you used to have like I think one here, and then the one in the back.
Yeah.
And this is on the 19, and obviously you've got like ambidextrous slide lock if that matters to you. If you need it, you could have switched your magazine release on the Gen 4s.
Yes.
So you can do that also on this. And then there's like some what is it called? Not beveling, or it's like a.
I don't know. A taper. It doesn't.
Yeah, they taper the front here. I guess that goes in and out of a holster maybe more easily. There's a finish on it. You can't really, from looking at it, you really can't tell the finish, but from feeling it, you can, feels a little smoother or something like that on there. But only time will tell. I can't take a knife to this right now, obviously.
Yeah, chamfer's a good word for it. 803 salad shooter.
What was that?
Chamfer is a good word for it, yeah.
Yeah, chamfer. There you go. So here.
Sugar Bear is asking if you've ever had TNP on the show, and since the show isn't still going on, I'm pretty certain that you haven't had Nuttin' Fancy on here.
Yeah, Nuttin' Fancy. No, I've met Nuttin' Fancy maybe once or twice, but not easy to
Well, the joke being, if you had him on the show, it would still be going.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, like a hangout, you mean, like time. Yeah, it would be like a 24-hour hangout. Dude, I probably would enjoy that.
That's a short one. That's short.
I probably would enjoy that. And I would love to get Nuttin' Fancy, by the way. So if anyone knows Nuttin' Fancy.
I've never even met him.
You never met him? Okay, he's a cool dude. I met him at some SHOT Show. He's a nice guy. I met him, I was hanging out like at the Kel-Tec booth or something, and with Mix Flips. So if you want to see that video of me meeting Nuttin' Fancy and hanging out with him, it's on Mix Flips channel. He's got video of it. So, all right, so here's the 17, and this one, like we said, has the Ameriglow sights on it. So here you go. Let's see if we could maybe go over the shoulder, show that.
So it looks like a standard. No, that front side's different unless the lighting is different in your.
Yeah, studio. It's not black. It's got
it doesn't have like on the front. Yeah, you've got a couple of tritium vials in the back.
Yeah, in the back,
but
and then
the front sight Is there a visible ring around there? Like you can tell it's a milled in ring on the front sight, where it's paint filled.
Let me see. It's no. There's like a little. There's a little. Is that paint? There's a black dot in the center, but it's not coming up with the lighting.
I'm gonna have to go look at one in a store.
Here he goes. Here he goes. Let me see. Close. I don't know if you could see it there, but you know, the magazines are a little different. They've got the
yeah, you gotta have
it looks like orange. It's orange, but it's got like a, you know, red follower in there. Let me see if I could push this down far enough to do something. So you're supposed to kind of like be able to see it. I don't know if you guys can see that. So you can see the indication of where you're at in there, I guess, with that. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do, Lola? Oh, you want me to put the two together?
Yeah, like if you show the magazines, show them together.
Okay, I got it. All right, so yeah, Lola wants me to show the two together. There you go. There you go. There's the 19. I've been deliberately not showing the two together because I don't know how we're gonna get them on the screen.
I mean,
same thing, but there you go.
One's a little bit smaller than the other one.
Yeah, basically the same thing here. You can hold it up so you can see. Now, what I was saying, you know, one of the cool things I think, like I know people are mad because there's not drastic changes, but one of the things that you get out of that is that guess what? You don't have to go get brand new holsters. You know, and I guarantee you, if there was some massive changes in this, people will be complaining because they would have to get all new holsters. So
they're going to complain no matter what they do because it's a Glock, no other reason.
If we like it, people will complain. If we don't like it, they will complain. It doesn't really matter. What I think about it is, if you've been holding off, there are some people that don't like the finger grooves, and let me
it's a living room problem.
Yeah, let me pull up here. Let me take the magazine out. So here's the Gen 4. Oh, you've got it. Okay, there you go. Yeah. So you said that you're going to grind yours off, right?
No, they're fine on the 17.
Oh, on the 17. Okay.
Yeah, they're fine. They fit fine, and like it's a living room problem, really. Like people just need to shut up, deal with the finger grooves, get out to the range, put some ammo through the gun, and like they will be better people of it. I will get to the 43 versus 26. Promise.
Yeah, we're coming. We're going to be here for a while. We're going to be here for a while.
Hank wanted to talk about Gen 5 Glocks.
Yeah, so we promised that going in. So here you go. Here's the old and the new. The old and the new. There you go. I'll give you guys a little bit of insight. Oh, forgot to mention, there's like some flaring in the magwell.
Built-in magwell. Yep.
Yeah.
You also have a change in the barrel.
Yeah, there is a change.
They're doing what's called a marksman barrel on the Gen 5s, I believe.
Yeah. So let me see. Let me let me go with the 17. Take the barrel out of this thing.
You can't see it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you're really going to be able to see it on here.
Well, I don't even know. I've been told you can't even see it in person.
Yeah. The changes?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't, let me see. Let me hold it up to the light. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there you go. There's the barrel.
Yeah, it's the rifling is the big change. They're calling it a marksman barrel.
Yeah.
Now,
let's see if we can show you the right. Look at that. Let's see if I can get it right here. I just had the eyeball.
Yeah, visually it looks about the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see some slight differences in there.
Yeah. So I know that they said that you can use the cheap ammo and all that kind of stuff on it. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if anyone's shot it with the lead stuff to see what comes out of that. I definitely haven't done that. So
I promise you they have if they're saying it.
Yeah. We'd have to see what is the deal with that.
Mr. Sumgun says he heard it was a Walther Lothar barrel. I think you're looking for Lothar Walther.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Either way, no, they build their barrels in-house.
Glock?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I mean, you know, what do you think if someone hasn't? I think you're saying like if someone hasn't bought a Glock yet or something, it's a good option. If not, I don't know, man. To me, it's
You don't need like.
Go ahead.
It'd be a fine option. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no reason not to buy the Gen 5 over the Gen 4. Now, there's a very real reason to not buy a Gen 3 over a Gen 4 or a Gen 5. But like that's like the mag release, the mag button on these things.
Mm-hmm. On the Gen 3?
On the Gen 4. Gen 4 and Gen 5 is the reversible one. That is bigger on the Gen 4 and Gen 5 guns. They're easier to hit. You don't need to like do weird grinding or anything like that.
Yeah. Now, Lyle Claudel is saying that you will need new holsters because of the ambi slide lock.
No.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think so. I didn't bring any holsters with me. Should have done that, but I didn't. So there you go.
Even if you do, heat it up with a lighter. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't foresee that it's going to be. I know most people have Kydex holsters and things like that, and they may be a thing. So that could be a point. We'll have to try it out and see what happens with that. You know, if these are reasons why you've stayed away from it for whatever, you know, you're like, hey, I don't like.
That's not why people
grips.
stay away from the Glock, though. That's the reality. It's not finger grooves that keep somebody away. It's not. You know, it's not an ambi, you know, gun that doesn't keep somebody away. What keeps somebody away from buying a Glock is it's a Glock, and that is the only thing that keeps them away. Mm-hmm. Because for whatever reason, we get emotionally attached to firearms. We don't realize that they're just tools. Mm-hmm. And I say that, and I've got a gun over my shoulder that I'm in love with. So
yeah, I mean that happens to all of us. We fall in love.
Listen to me.
Yeah, do what you want to do. That's what I say. I don't think that. Look, there's improvements in there. For me personally, I'm not running out there right now and even like buying these just because I've got to control the budget. I don't have like, you know. I hear you guys at TFB TV have like a $2 million budget per episode. But
where the hell's that money going? Mr. Some Guns asked if this was the one they put on into Army trials. No, that was the 17 HMS and the 19 they did a 19 MHS gun, and that was a Glock 17 size grip with a Glock 19 size slide, which surprisingly is exactly what you get with the FN 509. 17 round grip with a Glock 19 size slide.
There you go. Another reason in there. So, and then they had a safety, right?
Yes. Yeah, they had to have a manual safety on it as well.
Yeah. So, you know, listen, here's my thing. I've got all Gen 4s right now. So, you know, I don't really have any problems with the Gen 4s. That's what I have. I was talking about the budget. We've got to actually control the budget for what we buy, what we don't buy, and all that kind of stuff to shoot and test and everything. So short of like someone I know actually buying them and saying, hey, you can go ahead and shoot these, like with Big Daddy Guns, you know, these particular ones here, they've got them to sell because folks that come into the store want to get their hands on them as soon as possible. So that's probably going to happen. But somewhere down the line, it's going to come into the store. Someone's going to buy it, or I may do it. But if I wind up needing a Glock for some reason, which, you know, I actually have like duplicates of my 17s and my 19s. So I've got two 17s, two 19s. MOS version, not MOS version. So I'll probably still be fine. But if I had to buy another Glock for some reason, I would go, why not get the Gen 5 if it's available? Otherwise, it's really not. Yeah, it's not really that big of a deal because they're not going anywhere. You know, it's not something to say. If you ask me right now, if Hudson dropped the what is it? The Hudson.
I'm staying out of this.
Yeah, if they dropped the H9 or something, and I thought, ooh, that's cool, right? Or for the cool factor or whatever it is, or some other handgun that was really cool like that, I would probably drop. I would probably drop the money. We did spend some money to get a Maxim 9 just for the cool factor. It just has not arrived yet. Although Big Daddy had a few come in, but the one I ordered hasn't come in yet. So that's the thing. I mean, I just don't feel like there's a panic because Glock's going to keep making them. They're going to have Gen 4s, Gen 3s, and all that. So,
well, that was like my thing with this. Like, I bought an Arsenal Firearms Strike 1, and they don't even, like, these aren't coming into the country anymore. If you find any, they were brought in a while back. That looks
cool.
It's a cool gun, man. Like, it's, so it's striker fired. It's like super big. Now, this is the, what is it, a 17 round mag. So I've got a Glock 17 with a Strike Industries compensator on it.
Oh my goodness!
I'm trying it out. I want to see how it compares.
Yeah, that's so long.
it's nose heavy now. Yeah. So like here they are butted up back to back.
Could you imagine that on a 34? Wow.
Yeah. And yeah, you can see how long that is. So this is where the Glock 17 slide stops, and that's it, like right there. So you still have more to go. And then on the grip, like, you know, it is significantly bigger. This is the Glock here, and then you've got the Strike here. So it's another ½ inch there.
Yeah. What was the capacity on that again? Was it 17?
17.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because it looks like it would be a little bit more than that.
But yeah, I know. That's what I thought. But it is cool because I'm gonna try to get it apart here without it.
Yeah, Jim Boeing 68 says I don't think the Glock changes are a big deal at all, but I know we are gun nerds, so we need to nerd out. Yeah, you know, that's why we're doing it. That's why we're having the conversation.
They're not. No, they're not. It's not like big changes. Like not. Oh my God,
but Glock is never big changes. They don't ever do big changes.
No, why would you? Like when you have contracts and you are winning, you know, contracts with the gun you're building, people are buying it.
They don't have problems versus other guns moving guns in the store. So, for example, one of the things I've seen some people talk about. And I was watching Mr. Guns and Gear, who's my friend, he was here on the show. He's got a video where he took, I think, a 17 out and he was shooting it. You guys can go check that out as well. He's a cool dude, and he was talking about this, and he said it would have been nice if Glock maybe dropped the price like $50 or something. I don't think that they feel they need to do that. I think it would be nice if they do that, but they don't have any problem selling them. So everyone else needs to be competitive with them. And that's, I guess, the kind of thing that they're dealing with. Mr. Jones says, hey, Hank, if you get a 5, can I have your 4? Don't take this the wrong way, but probably not. You can ask Lola. I don't get rid of Glocks. It annoys the crap out of her.
I don't care if I get rid of Glocks anyway. I'm not giving somebody a gun.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you know, it's not.
Where can you get an Arsenal Strike?
I give people guns all the time, but it's not that.
Clay Pigeon asks, where can you get an Arsenal Strike 1? Well, you kind of can't. Their importation was stopped about a year and a half ago, and they haven't brought any more in. I'm not aware of any like more magazines. Like when I heard about them stopping importation, I called them and bought every last magazine they had. But this is what makes this gun cool. I had to take it apart to show you.
Ooh,
it's got a.
Hold on, let me lock you in here. Okay, good.
So the Arsenal Strike 1 isn't a tilting breech block firearm. So if you've got a Glock, well, I guess that'll work. Maybe. So you see how it's got this cutout on the stupid compensator thing? When you bring it back, it's going to poke that barrel up. Actually, Hank, could you...
What?
Crap. I don't have a full-size... Yeah, well, this will work. I forgot I had a compensator on there. So like on this one, you see that the compensator is in line with the slide, and then when you pull the slide to the rear, people ask, well, why is it tilting up? Why does it look like it's broken? Well, that's because it has what's called the tilting breech block. The Arsenal Strike 1 doesn't, and I'm gonna bring that in close. Whenever the pistol is locked, you see these lugs go up. Whenever the pistol is fired, they recoils to the rear, drops out of the way, and that's what locks the barrel in place. So it's got something called a Bergman action. And that's something that's not been done for about 110 years whenever this gun was introduced, which is why I thought it was really cool. And they were able to achieve like a really low bore axis with it, and it's really flat shooting, really accurate. Like it's a solid gun. It's just really big. and the dude that was importing the things was charging like stupid money. I think he was asking like $870 MSRP.
Okay, is that what you paid for yours, or?
I think so. It might have been. I don't remember. I'll be honest. I think I bought it used after I did a test on it.
Yeah. I think it's cool. The cool factor is a big deal. Zachary Cahill says Glock doesn't make big changes, but they're just enough on the Gen 5 that they aren't interchangeable with the 4. Need to wait a while for aftermarket to catch up on the 5. So, you know.
Yeah, I can't really speak to that. I haven't had a chance to take one apart.
Yeah, let me see if we can do interchangeabilities here.
So the slide's probably going to interchange. Like that's the only thing that you can really test. The Glocks are backward. The magazines are backwards compatible. I know that. Now the one thing that I don't know about is like the trigger bar and is like
the trigger's a little different on these. I think
I've heard that the trigger bar is different. I was talking to Apex today, as a matter of fact. I was talking to them about the 356 TSW. Apparently, they're going to try to bring that back.
No, you cannot. At least I'm not having an easy time trying to put the Gen 5 slide on a 4. So I'm trying to put the 5 slide on the 4, and it's not wanting to do anything. And let me try the other way and see what happens here. So, nope. Can't go the other way either. Can't put the 4 on the 5. Yeah, so there's differences there. So
take a look at how high the slide rails are milled on the slide, like the rails where they machined. Does one look visibly taller than the other? No, the slide.
Yeah, let me see here. Yeah,
slide itself.
Yeah, so in the back here, I have the.
Oh, look at that! There is a difference.
There's differences here. So, I mean,
I wonder if it's superficial though, because you can use like a Gen 3 trigger bar and a Gen 4, and a Gen 4 and a Gen 3, but I don't know about the 5. Can you tilt it down just a bit further? So it looks like the cruciform's the same. Are those both 17s or 19s?
These are both 19s.
Okay. It looks like you've got the old ejector in your 19. You actually might want to look at the number on that.
Yeah. The number on my 19? Oh, because they upgraded the ejectors?
It should be 336, I think. Oh no, 30274. Yeah, 302.
Where am I looking at the number on the frame?
No, it's going to be on the ejector itself. This will get a pointy thing.
Yeah. Here. Well, good luck with me seeing that.
Take a look. Right here.
Hold on. Huh?
It's the number right here.
Oh, right there. Okay, hold on a second. Let me see. I need a flashlight. Where's my flashlight?
Yeah, it should be 30274. It looks like mine's pretty dirty.
336.
Yeah. Okay. So you get the old one.
336 on this one. Yeah.
You probably should replace it. That's the Gen 3 ejector, and it was replaced because there was an issue.
I don't know if you guys could see it.
That was one of the provisions that was made.
Yeah, so this is a, I think I probably got Gen 4s when they came out.
Yeah, you also may want to take a look at your recoil, your recoil spring and replace that too.
Oh, okay. So is that something that, was there a recall on it or?
On the recoil spring is yes, on the ejector is no, but if you experience issues, then you replace it. I would just replace it. They're dirt cheap. Like you're talking maybe $30 worth of parts per gun.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good info there. I'm going to have to do that. Yeah, so I don't think the parts are that interchangeable. So yeah, definitely. You know, you don't have to be in a rush for it. Now I know there was someone else trying to buy my 19. I'll probably refer you to what I said before. So I need more. I want like you know, I've got Gen 3 that we did stuff on, but I want like a Gen 1 or whatever. I'm into, you know. I want to have the whole line. So when I do stuff like this, I could sit there and look at it and see what all the differences are and all of that. But, you know, like I said, if I'm gonna spend money, I like to spend money on the cool stuff as well. You know, even when it comes to handguns.
Well, yeah. Speaking of spending money.
Yeah. So. What happened? Oh, I think people have been waiting for you to talk about something.
I don't know. I mean, is there something that people want to?
Now, was there a story that you were supposed to tell us about the what's that Glock that you have there? What was the story on that? Because I think last time you didn't tell us. Oh, now you're eating. Okay, fine. All right, let me take this opportunity.
Sneak it in when I can.
Yeah, while he's chewing, we don't want to have to like send him emergency help or anything there. Don't forget to we got a bunch of people like watching, a whole bunch of comments and stuff. Don't forget to click the like and share this. Let me see. Don't forget that we have links in our description to the Forged from Freedom t-shirt. And that's on Instagram as well as forgefromfreedoms.com. But we have a link that 100% of that money goes to the folks in Houston for recovery efforts. And then also Grab a Gun has something going on Facebook. There's like an IWI Galil Ace SAR silent auction going on that also benefits everything that's happening in Houston. So let me see. And then you know what I was saying also is that like I like the cool different stuff. I'm into Bullpups, for example. So right now, did you ever hear of the Boberg pistol?
Yes, sir. It is a Bullpup pistol.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Firearms. I think it's a raging piece of crap.
Okay, there you go. So you know,
yeah, Alex's dad had one, and I shot one.
Are you talking about the original Boberg, or? Mm-hmm. Okay, have you had a chance to see the one that Bond Arms or see what?
No, I've seen one. I've not shot one. I mean, they're like 45 minutes from my house, so I should probably just drive down there.
You should, yeah.
But I haven't.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get one to come in because I think from what I've seen, they've done some work on it. I know the original Boberg one did not work very well. Also was very expensive. I think Bond Arms brought down the prices on it, and they've, you know, fixed some stuff. So we'd like to get one in and test it. That kind of stuff interests me, you know, just because it's so drastically different, you know, and it's a bullpup, sort of, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's like, you know.
Are you a bullpup guy or no? You're probably not a bullpup guy.
I'm not. I actually don't own a single one.
Okay, there you go. So you're not a bullpup guy.
It's not that I just don't own one. I've actually been waiting on a media sample of the Tavor X95 for about a year now.
Oh, for the X95?
Yeah.
Okay.
A year.
If you're ever out in Florida, man, you're always welcome to come hang out with me. And I've got X95 and the Tavor, so you know.
Yeah, like I shot a X95 at this last shot show at the Geisley Lane at Industry Day with the Super Sabra and like their trigger pack in there. And like I was really impressed. It felt like an AR with a Geisley in it, and it was really, really handy. And that's like pretty rad for a truck gun.
Yeah, I like the X95. Lots of good improvements in there, I think. You know, there's still some things I like about the Tavor, but what I like about the X95 is if you bought a Tavor, you had to spend all this money to upgrade stuff. Like mine's all super upgraded. So it probably went from like close to 2,000 to closer to 3,000 with all the upgrades. With the X95, you really don't have to do anything. You could do the trigger from Geisley, you know, but they make it so much easier to do all those things. So I still like both of them. That's probably like you were saying, you know, you kind of like fall in love with guns a little bit. That Tavor, my Tavor, I probably never sell either.
Yeah, you know.
So, there you go. Lola's saying that Salient Arms has so
Salient has teamed up with Arsenal Firearms to bring back the Strike One. I don't know if they've got any like new production Strike One.
Is that for 2615 or something, or 2625? That's
no, it better not be. That's crazy money.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. 26. Is it 2615?
2625.
Oh, 2625. Okay.
That can't be right. They were targeting a price point of like $850 bucks.
Yeah, someone look that up and verify that for us. I think that came from Razor JB. So let's verify the price. Lola
No,
says she looked it up and it was
yeah, no, that's
2,625, Lola?
no, that's Hawk Arms. They've got some like crazy one-off thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Patrick is saying that's Hawk Arms or someone else that's got a one-off.
yeah,
That's a little bit high.
it's like a tier. It's just a Strike A tier 1 package. Like
Yeah.
they haven't even brought any of those in. This is just a Strike 1 that's gotten a ton of millwork and stippling. It's no different than a custom Glock. My understanding is that they're supposed to be producing a like ready to go model that's price point is supposed to be $769.
Okay.
And we covered it at SHOT. Like I sat down with Dimitri at Strike at Strike, not Strike, Arsenal Firearms Group, Arsenal, whoever they are.
Yeah.
So like, there's a whole big saga that goes along with it. I'm kind of like lukewarm as to whether or not they'll come back. I'm not holding my breath. Like I don't even shoot my Strike 1 anymore. I'm gonna I'm actually thinking about selling it. Because like with hollow points, it's not the most reliable thing due to the design of the pistol and some other stuff.
Okay. Yeah. So now when we were talking about the Hudson H9, I noticed you didn't want to say anything.
Yeah,
Do you not like it, or are you on embargo?
No.
Is there
No,
a video coming up on that? Any secrets?
Actually, I'm under NDA. Like Cy Hudson and Cy and Laura are dear friends of mine. Like I've got a lot of respect for them. They're good people, and like.
Okay, I just wanted to see what was the deal.
Hudson,
I like their story. They have a really cool story, you know.
They're amazing people.
Yeah.
They really are. They're some of the nicest people in the firearms industry I've ever met. Like I talk to Cy for about 45 minutes every other week, every third week, something like that. And every time I call him, you know, it's, you know, hey, what's going on, Patrick? You know, that Texas twang and just personable and
they were good folks, man.
Great people.
Yeah, when that comes out, I'm getting one just, you know, for whatever. Lola's is gonna be like a whole thing, you know, but I'm gonna get one just to support. I like the story and everything that they're doing. You know, I think that it's gonna be something decent because they're trying to put the work in from what I see. But obviously we don't know. So I'm not trying to say that, but it's the kind of thing that I would want to just get in there. It's like the first gun. I don't know how, obviously you've got an NDA, so you probably can't talk about it.
So I can't talk about why their guns aren't out. There were some small finishing issues with some of the small parts. So if you're familiar with how manufacturing works, like Glock and Smith & Wesson and Ruger are like the only 3 people in the entire gun industry that build all of their stuff in-house. Everyone else, like, you know, outsources a part.
You have to. Yeah. Like those guys have the resources to do it.
If you look at my, I've got a Honor Defense Honor Guard, like every single part, and that is outsourced. Like nothing is made in-house. Somebody else produces every piece, but they bring it all in-house, and then they, you know, do the QC and assemble the pistols on site. So they're manufacturing it, but all the parts are made by different vendors.
Yeah,
and that's how manufacturing works now. Well, the small parts that they got for the Hudson were not finished quite right, and Cy wasn't happy with how it looked. So he sent them back and said, no, this isn't good enough. Do it again. So he would rather miss a ship date and make sure the guns are perfect when they roll out and get into consumers' hands rather than meet a deadline.
Yeah. Now that sounds like that sounds like probably no big deal to anyone out there listening to it. Like, oh, that's no big deal. If it was a big, massive company, you know, these guys put everything into funding this company.
Yeah.
You know, they put their whole life into this. So to think about, like, you know, if Lola and I hawked everything we had, got all the money, took all the loans from everyone we knew, and put everything into building a gun, we would, and then we're like, man, we have to slow this down or whatever. That's a big decision to make. So
John Warren says Hudson 6 more months, H9. It's really not called for, dude. Like, they're a new company. They hit speed bumps. Just because they haven't hit their launch date. Like, I think there are at this point, maybe 3 weeks behind. the projected launch date. Like, that's pretty impressive. Somebody, Razor JB, says it needs work. It should have been out by now. Do understand, this gun has been in development, like from a napkin drawing to like working prototype at SHOT Show. Or I'm sorry, from a napkin drawing to the point where there will be shipping guns, like to today. It's been about 18 months.
Yeah, that's not a long time. Yeah.
Revolution with a totally different take on a pistol in 18 months is incredible.
Yeah,
especially with limited resources.
Yeah.
So I don't think that if people give them the credit they deserve, like I said, they're friends of mine, but I'll be the first guy to call somebody out if they're acting a fool. But like Cy and his team are really trying hard, and they're doing amazing things. Because like rolling out a new design, it's something that's not been done before in 18 months. That's really a huge feat.
It's not for the faint-hearted. So yeah, I would agree with you on that. Let's give them a little bit. I obviously don't know them as well as you. You know, I hope you put in a good word for us, because we would definitely like to test that gun when it comes out, just like everybody else. I mean, I think that's something to me that would be exciting, just because, you know, imagine if you could meet Colt back in the days, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, and like, I don't know.
And then you really liked his story, and he was a dude that was in the military, you know? And
yeah, I mean, you know, there are very, very few people in this industry. Like, there are a lot of good people in this industry, but very, very few that I'll like actively take time out of my week and like give a call and say, hey, bro, what's going on? You know, and kind of like catch up with them. Like, my buddy Tom at FN's one of those guys. Cy's one of those guys. Ryan McMillan over at Graybo is one of those guys. The dudes over at Alamo Precision Rifles, those are like people like that. And like finding those type of people that were like, I mean, I'll take a couple hours out of my day and go sit down and you know, catch up with them, see if there's anything I can do to help them. Like being able to build that bond in this industry is really, really rare.
Yeah.
Like Zach over at XS Sights is one of those dudes. Zach at DSG as well. I mean, I don't want to leave, you know, my hometown homeboys out.
Yeah. So are they in Texas also, Hudson?
Yeah, they are. They're about 2.5, 3 hours away south, you know, south of me.
Okay,
and,
cool.
Well out of the path of the hurricane, thank God.
Yeah, I'd love to go check them out to you know, when everything comes out and all that. I'd love to check out and see how it's built and all that kind of stuff. On my channel, people enjoy seeing how things are made. So I'd love to do something like that. Once it's all cool to do that, I know there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, but I really do think it's going to be worth the wait for people out there that, you know, I know you're waiting. If you've got money in reserve, I would still keep the money in reserve.
It is coming. Yeah. It is coming. Yeah, I mean, good luck on trying to get a factory tour. He won't even let me come down and have a couple of beers.
That's right now, right? He's not going to be like that once he puts this out, is he? Or is he still going to be that way?
He thinks that the factory's too messy.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, he's a very particular dude. Like, he's like, no, man, it's too big of a mess. I was like, dude, I just wanted to come down and hang out, shoot the gun a little bit, you know, chill. I'll bring some shiner. And he's like, no, dude, there's boxes everywhere. I got to clean it up before you come out, Patrick.
That's a good impersonation.
I was like, all right, bro.
You know what?
All right, bro.
I hear that from a lot of people. People are always asking me, how come I don't do a how it's made thing with this company or that company? I hear that a lot. Okay, so let's go to the SIG Rattler. I think Kal-El asked this. Will you guys be getting the SIG Rattler?
The what?
The SIG Rattler. That's like a MCX, you know, MPX kind of thing, you know, 5.56, but I think it's a 7-inch barrel. You didn't see that from SIG? They've got like this super tactical operator video that cracks. You have to look at that. Go on.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say we're probably not gonna see a SIG Rattler.
Yeah, you, Patrick. No soup for you. No soup for you.
No Rattler for me.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that though.
Yeah,
because it looks dumb.
You should go look at it. To me, I think it's a cool gun. I probably would try to. I know my brother's trying to build one.
Why?
I would try to just for the hell of it. Yeah.
I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there.
No, just for the hell. No, you don't have to. You don't have to be nice. That's okay. You know, that's all right. I don't. You know, my feelings don't get hurt too much.
See, I played a YouTube video of the stupid Tango Down video, and it killed the audio.
Oh, I can still hear you.
Yeah, no, it still does the mic thing, but it kills the audio to this window for whatever reason. I don't care. I'm not gonna look at it.
Yeah. I was gonna say go look at their video because they have this really crazy video though. That's all super operator in like in I don't know, some Middle Eastern country in the village, and there's a dude.
I saw drone footage, and I was like, dude, I'm popping smoke. I'm gonna get back to the chat.
Yeah. So you're not getting that. You're not getting that. I don't know. That's gonna be. I don't know that I would be able to get something like that. I don't have any. I don't have any kind of even connections or. Yeah, probably it's gonna need that, but I don't have.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, I don't know anyone behind the scenes at SIG. So someone will have to get that. And
I used to us. I don't know if he still has a job, but.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do have a SIG 516, which I think is awesome. Piston driven.
All you, buddy.
Rifle. Yeah. So, I've got no problems with that. I actually use that to torture test stuff. So there you go. I mean, that's for me. I think the 516 is a good rifle.
One MOA out of a 5-inch barrel, like one MOA out of a solid gun with solid ammo is really not that impressive anymore. Let's see here. This is a just over one MOA group out of a shitty parts bin build. This is the torture test rifle.
Oh, okay. This is the one that the torture test video that's up now.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, the baseline. So this is one of the groups I shot. It is 1.117 inch at 100 yards, and that's a 5-shot group.
Okay. Do you have that gun? Because I know you just put up the video. If so, for anyone who's interested, there is a link to TFB TV in the description of this as well. So you guys can go check that out after you watch this. Watch this first. And then you can go check that out.
You realize you're asking me to bring out the cheapest, crappiest gun I own, and I've got $12,000 in rifles.
Yeah. No, you can absolutely pull those rifles out, but show us this first because you just threw up a video of it. So I'm sure people would like to.
So here is the bargain bin gross rifle. It is.
I see that handguard heated up pretty fast on you.
No, dude. That was. I cut a bunch of rounds out. That was about 250 rounds in.
Oh, that's what. Okay. Oh, you were fast forwarding in the video then.
Oh yeah, no, I was fast forwarding and I cut a lot of stuff out. But we've got a rattle cam paint job, some just basic everyday parts that you might find. Yes, it is absolutely a Frankenstein gun. We've got a buttstock from a Colt Expanse. This is and this is the only place anyone's going to hear where these parts came from. On 2 of these parts, the only time I'm ever going to say it.
You didn't say this in the video.
No, I'm not putting that out there. If they want to dig through in we're an hour and a half into this podcast.
Yeah, somebody's going to want to build one of these and call it.
No, they're not.
Yeah, sure they are. Go ahead, keep hitting us with the parts list. Go ahead.
So the only time I'm ever going to say this is a buffer tube off a Springfield Armory Saint. The castle nut is off the same Saint, and I blew this gun up with 10 pounds of tannerite.
You did? Okay, I didn't get that far in the video.
No. I blew the Saint up with 10 pounds of tannerite.
Oh, the Saint. Oh, okay. Oh,
that's what's left of the Saint.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Shit.
You blew up the Saint.
Yeah. So that is what is left of the Saint. I had the barrel at one point, and if you look at the upper build video, you see that barrel.
What did you think about the Saint?
It's all right. I mean, it's an okay gun. Yeah, I think they could have done a little better. I think the second iteration where they brought out the M-Lock rail really set it apart.
Okay, cool. All right, keep showing us the gun. I don't think you went through all the parts.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
So anyway, we got a Colt Expanse buttstock on here. We've got a mil-spec buffer tube from a Springfield Armory Saint, castle nut from a Saint, and I don't know where the end plate came from. Delton lower. The lower parts kit is a no-name parts kit that included the grip. I think I paid $30 for the lower parts kit from Joe Bob Outfitters or something. I believe it's an Anderson upper. We've got a Strike Industries port cover here, which is pretty nice. It's a little polymer one. DSG Arms bolt carrier. The bolt itself is of unknown manufacturer. I don't know who the hell made it. And I think there might be some problems with it. We've got a Nordic Components rifle length handguard on here, a CMMG gas block, Faxon gas tube, Faxon gunner profile barrel, a flash hider off of that same Saint that I blew up. And that's really about it.
So to make one of these, someone has to go buy a Saint, blow it up.
Yeah.
Use the parts. Just so you know, just for anyone out there, I'm going to make a snippet out of this part of the video.
No, you're not.
Like, yes, I'm going to put that up.
Never will speak to you again.
Oh, it's going up now.
No, seriously. But yeah, no, but like, yeah, we just kind of.
Yeah. So, okay. Someone, Tango Hunter wants to know our opinion on AR-10s.
If you're paying $5.99 for an AR-10 because it's 308 and it's an AR-10, you probably shouldn't buy it. You probably need to pick something up that's a little bit better. Just because something's cheap and it does a thing doesn't mean it's worth owning.
Yeah, you can get, I know that Stag has a Bones version of the 308 that we're giving away.
Yeah, I would look at that.
They are AR-10. I think that's close to $1,000. I know that WMD Guns that we're going to be doing some stuff with, they are Nibix. They do the finish on a lot of different guns. And they have a Bones version of their Beast, which is a 308, and that's like around $900 as well. Yeah, I would just go, get a Bones version of something and then put the furniture and all that you want on it.
I mean, like, just buy something reputable, something quality.
Yeah.
Talk to people about what the right gas port size is. Try to find out what they're drilling it for.
Yeah, I like a 308. I have a Reaper from LWRC.
Right on.
It's
actually only
it's expensive as all get out. Go ahead.
You can't just say that an AR-10 is fine because it looked fine and most of the reviews were fine. Like, that's like not a good barometer to buy.
Yeah, who is that? Oh, that's Walter.
I don't care.
We brought in one of the Palmetto AR-10s for a customer. It looked fine, and most of the reviews were fine. That's from Walter. Some gun says you get what you pay for.
Yes.
So, just know that. And then, it depends, what you want to do with it, how much you're going to shoot it. So, and then know that a lot of these, like if you're going to put suppressors on them, a lot of them don't, you may have some issues unless you put an adjustable gas block on there.
Yeah, it depends.
Suppressors. Yeah.
I mean,
but I think the going price for like a Bones or stripped version is like around $1,000, and then they all go up from there. But you can just put your own stuff on it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that really is the ideal thing to do. But now the problem with being like, oh, I've got an AR-10 from Palmetto State and it's been fine. Like it's something I urge your listeners and viewers or whatever, to caution themselves. That's a sample size of one. You have one dude that says, yes, it's good. You could have 10 other dudes that say, no, the thing's a complete piece of crap.
Yeah. And also it depends on like what you're going to do with it. I know I saw one of the burn down videos that Iraq Veteran did on the Palmetto. It wasn't a 308. I think it was just a 223.
Yeah. I mean, I think Iraq Veteran did that.
So I mean that's and they said like it burned down relatively quickly, but that's you're gonna get what you're going for. But if you're not gonna shoot it a lot, and you don't want to spend a lot of money, you might still run into problems. But
Yeah, well, and like having issue recycling ammo properly. Yeah, Walter, I'm not saying you don't know anything. I'm saying that that's a sample size of one. And that it's irresponsible to say it's a good firearm based on seeing just one.
No, I think he's sarcastically saying, I make stuff, I don't know anything. Sarcastic.
No, I know. I get it.
And then John Warren saying, I'm sure Walter knows.
Now
Here's the thing. Obviously Walter's my friend. He's my buddy. He didn't come on, but he is watching us, so we appreciate that. And I want to just tell everyone, remember, Walter is a manufacturer and he could take stuff and make it better. And I've seen him do it all the time. He's always getting like some gun he's got for a really good price. But he usually, in my humble opinion, I see him fixing them up. and adding stuff that you might not, you either may be able to do or may not be able to do. So just think about that. Walter's got like some very expensive CNC machines and all that he can go to when he needs to.
Yeah, so I mean, yes, they all do burn down with enough rounds, but like on the AR-10 specifically, like why I might stray away from a palmetto gun is Creedmoor. I'm happy with the
I think the POF stuff is pretty good. I remember, going back to Rock Veteran, they tried to burn down a POF and couldn't do it.
Yeah. I mean, I've had okay experience with POF. I would go with them over others. If it were me, I would probably just buy a Smith & Wesson,
AR-10
and be done with it. If I were doing, yes, 6.5 Creedmoor does feed just fine in a semi-auto. As a matter of fact, CMMG has a 6.5 Creedmoor in the AR pattern, AR-10 pattern.
Yeah,
that is pretty rad.
Someone has to check this for me, but I think Smith & Wesson has a MMP-10 in the Bones version. I think so.
I think so.
No. Yeah.
Sounds right.
I mean, I'm pushing the Bones thing. I think that's a good idea. I think more guys should do the Bones versions.
Yeah, like the OEM style stuff.
Yeah. I think who started it? Colt.
Yes, maybe.
I think the first one I came across was Colt. I don't know. I'm sure someone will tell me that I'm totally wrong. So,
I'm not seeing as you call it, a Bones version on their website.
For Smith & Wesson?
No, I don't. But I would feel happy buying one of them. I think
what's their AR-10? DPMS probably not. I think
no. DPMS makes the Super SAS. That one's supposed to be pretty good.
Okay. What was I gonna say? Aero Precision probably has something.
Yeah, they've got something. They're okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who else makes something that's pretty good. Nothing Colt makes is worth anything in 308.
Really? Okay.
They've got the Colt Mark 901, and that thing is proprietary and dumb because it's proprietary.
Yeah, or you can go get a Reaper.
You do that, yeah. Hey, here we go.
Yeah.
I'll go to a retailer's website and see what they're offering.
Okay. What round are we talking about here? Is that the 6.5 Creedmoor?
Yeah, 6.5 Creed.
Yeah, that's a cool round. I'm liking that more and more every day. I've shot it in bolt action. It's pretty cool. And then some.
Speaking of 6.5 Creedmoor.
Okay, what do you got? Yeah, let's see the expensive guns you were telling us about.
Oh, girl.
I got some. What is this?
This is my Alamo Precision Rifles 6.5 Creedmoor 26-inch barrel? Yes, 26-inch barrel. So we've got their new Curtis action on here, which is a 60-degree throw. I've got that Vortex Gen 2 Razor HD up on top that we were messing with last time I was on. But this is my custom gun, and this is going to be my PRS rig. So we've got on the muzzle brake side, I'm going to try to not knock anything off my desk. On the muzzle brake, we've got a crap. I just ordered the thing. This is the little bastard. It's a little bastard brake. It's got a Hardy 26-inch Sendero contour or Remington Varmint contour barrel.
Yeah.
Sitting inside of a Macmillan.
Don't break
A5.
any more coffee mugs.
I knocked it the right way.
Okay.
So we've got a Macmillan A5 with the spacer system, the adjustable cheek piece, and it's cut for an A5 BDL with flush cups installed.
Mr. Some Gun says nice gun. Sugar Bear likes the bolt. What? Yeah, looks like what's the bolt you have on there?
This is the factory bolt.
Oh, it is? Okay, Alamo.
Yeah.
Alamo.
Well, this is Alamo Precision Rifles built it for me. Now the bolt on this is the one that comes with the action that they sell. It's a 3-lug bolt, which means you get a 60-degree throw.
Mm-hmm.
So that is pretty rad right there. I've got a Calvin Elite Timney trigger in here. It takes AICS mags, and I was lucky enough to score some of these things. These are contract overrun AI mags. Try to get the, come on. You know, I really should like expand my window when I'm trying to do this.
So I saw the thing.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
So, yeah, you can see the AI on there. So
yeah.
these are from the MSR PSR program, and this is in 6.5 Creedmoor. But you know, we've got that spur mount with the razor in there and all that.
You've shot this already?
No, I picked it up today, as a matter of fact.
Cool.
I got back to the house at 7 and then saw the email from Lola, and I was like, man, I really wanted to play with this thing a little bit more.
Did you forget that you were coming on with us tonight?
If you got to pick one of these things up, would you not like forget?
No, I know. All I want to do is just play with, you know, if you get a toy, all you want to do is play with it.
Yeah. So if you take a look at the throw on this, that's what makes this thing really special is it's only 60 degrees to unlock and lock the bolt. Now, this has been like a dream of mine to own a really great precision rifle, and I finally have had the chance. I finally got the chance.
So what does something like this run? With
the optic?
Probably you should tell us without, but okay, go ahead. Tell us when.
I can tell you it's about $7,000 with the optic. Without the optic, it's about 4,200.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like I said.
Go ahead. Can you move it forward? What do you have forward of it there? I'm trying to see. You got to buy. What is that there? Is that a QD? No. Is that?
Yeah, it's a QD bipod. It's just an Atlas QD bipod.
Oh, okay. But even above that, there's a circle.
Oh yeah, those are flush cups. Those are QD cups.
Oh, they are. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so Atlas.
A rail on it.
And they did this finish. This is Cerakote.
Yeah, it is Cerakote. They did do it. The dude that painted it was one of Macmillan's old employees.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, no, this is a.
Oh, that's pretty sweet, man. That's awesome. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Well,
so you're doing a giveaway on that, right? Is that what I heard you?
Very
what
funny.
you were saying?
Very, very funny. So hang on a second. I just saw something about FN.
FN.
Yes, FN does produce the M16A4 and the M4 for the military currently. They did win the contract. That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is my 223. This is a 223 here.
Also from Al. So you got both of these today? Or you've had
I did. Yeah, it was an expensive day.
I'm surprised you even came on the show, man.
Dude, I really wanted to go straight to the range.
Surprised you didn't say what. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. So
that's nice. What's that pattern you have on this?
This is actually a paint job they did in-house. This started life as a green gray bow Renegade stock, and they did a kind of a woodland camo ambush paint on this is what we kind of cooked up because I was hanging out with the dudes. Some guns. I would rather light myself on fire than give one of these away.
I like I like that comment from Some Guns. Just so for people who don't know what he's saying, Some Guns says, "Hey Patrick, if you get a new Alamo, can I have your older one?"
I will light myself on fire before I give my Alamo builds away. These things are amazing.
Good luck with that. Good luck.
Yeah. Anyway, I was hanging out with him this day, and the Cerakote guy and I were talking. And the stock finish is actually Duracoat. And I was like, dude, I really want to do like a woodland camo thing. And what can you do? He's like, well, I've tried doing this once before, but I only did 2 colors. So we did a 4-color camo pattern, and it came out really, really cool.
Tango Hunter says the mag looks large for a 223.
It does look large because it is a 30 cal body. That's how the AI mags work. And you see you get an insert in there for the 223. So if I can find a 223 laying around here somewhere, I'm sure I've got one. And not kick this expensive rifle. Here we are. Got some match grade ammo. So.
Oh, Walter's going to bed. Okay, good night, Walter.
Good night,
Make sure you drink your milk first. Warm it up. Nice.
Yeah, but you got a 223 in there. There's a plastic insert inside the magazine, and that's so it fits into AI bottom metal.
Yeah, very cool. Here, look, I'm going to show for Walter. I'll show the Trump Rooster one more time. One more time, Trump Rooster. You can get this from Safety Harbor. Okay. All right. So yeah. So now,
pretty rad little patch.
So this has that same kind of bolt.
No. This has got a spiral footed bolt, but this is a factory Remington bolt.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah. It's just a factory Remington 2-LUT bolt that's been worked over by my friends over at Alamo Precision. Come on, focus.
Just pull it back a little bit.
Well, it's wanting to focus on my face.
Yeah.
Come on.
You got to block your face.
Anyhow,
we can kind of see it. Yeah.
So maybe I'm hoping maybe more surface area. So like they trued up the action on this Remington 700 receiver, and it is a 223 build. The radial fluting was all done in house, as was the Cerakote and all that good stuff. But you remember I told you pay attention to how far the bolt throw was on the other gun.
Right.
So with this one, since it's a 2-lug, you see you have 90 degrees of throw in order to get that to, unlock. And so the other one's just a little bit faster.
Yeah.
But this is a 24-inch 223 Remington. It should be capable of maybe, half minute, quarter minute. So we've got an ASR brake on the end because I've got to be able to put my can on here. It being a 223, it's going to be something I shoot a lot. Mm-hmm. We also have a 24-inch Remington varmint Sendero contour barrel in 1.7 twist, chambered in 223 Remington. This one has a Harris bipod, so I went a little bit more of the economic route on the 223.
On the bipod, yeah.
Yeah, on the whole thing. It's in a Grayboe Renegade stock. We have a Curtis Custom bottom metal, and then accurate mags, which are significantly cheaper than AI. I think this has got a Seeking scope base and a Bushnell HDMR2 with the Horus H59 reticle in a spur. I think it's a SP 4011 mount.
Yeah,
so
it looks good. You getting some gun says that rifle's badass.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Then some people are getting on me for making fun of Walter. Because someone wants to know how old I am. I am 45 years old. 45.
So Silent Knights said, I hate to say this, but your money would have been better spent on an RPR if you want to shoot 223. Well, you would be wrong on that, sir, because this gun was built to work on barricade practice and things like that. So positional shooting and things like that. I'll be able to replicate the feel of my big gun with this gun and shoot less costly ammo, and be able to do fun things like shoot a light projectile or a lighter projectile like a 69 grain or 77 grain 223, maybe 75 grain, and really get more effect of the wind. So I'll have to learn how to call wind a whole lot better with the 223 Remington than I will with the 6.5, and that'll just make me better with the 6.5.
Yeah, Lola wants to know what specific guns those Alamo guns were. I guess she wants to make sure she tags it later.
Yeah, they're both custom builds, but it's just Alamo precision rifles. This one would be closest to the APR Ranger, and then the other one is just a complete custom build. Like we went full retard on the other one.
So are these Alamo? These Alamo guys are friends of yours, right?
Yeah, man. Like the dude that did all my machine work and built this gun actually is my neighbor.
Okay, cool. Yeah, shout him out because
No,
in return for making a snippet of this part where we're talking about the Alamos, I'm going to do the other snippet.
No, you're not.
Talking about
So somebody asked how far out will it reach? The 223 should be good till maybe 850, 900 yards. Maybe 1,000 if I push it like past 850. The 223 Remington like starts going transonic, and things get a little wobbly. Now, mind you, I'm not like super experienced at the long distance shooting. I kind of grasp some of the stuff. The 6.5 Creedmoor, on the other hand, that one should be good to go
for a while.
Yeah, like 15 to 1,600 yards, I think.
Yeah.
So my favorite scope. So Mr. Some Guns asked what my favorite scope is. Really depends on the application, man. Like handguns, it's the Trijicon RMR and the RM06. You know, rifles.
You like Vortex, I think, right? I've seen you do.
I do like Vortex. Again, it depends on like the application. Like, so my 6.5, I've got the Vortex Gen 2 PST on there because that one, like, what I was trying to replicate there was like the most popular, like, winningest gun in PRS, and like that's what I've got. But like the scope is pretty darn good too. If I had the money to spend on one, that would be probably my choice. If I wanted to save a little bit of money, I'm probably going to buy the Bushnell HDMR or the DMR2. Probably the DMR2 over the HDMR.
Okay. Have you ever tested any of the Primary Arms stuff?
I've looked through some of their stuff at SHOT. I've got one of their red dots right now, and I'm impressed with the red dot.
Which one do you have?
I've got the whatever the lower 50... end buttony one.
Oh, okay. What, the one with
It's the micro thing.
Oh, okay. And is it the 50,000 hour battery thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I haven't tested that or even tried to. Like I put it on a gun and you know I took it to the range a couple times.
I think someone wants us to talk about, does bolt action recoil harder than direct impingement? Yes,
it will. And that's just because the energy is going into operating the action on the DI guns, whereas the bolt action, like you're catching all of it. And that's why I've got brakes on both my bolt guns.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we got. We got a bunch of stuff scrolling up here in the comments. I'm not sure if I'm missing some of these. Now, I saw there was some question earlier about the CZP-10C.
Yeah.
Is it worth the hype? Is the trigger as good as everyone says? That's from Tango Hunter.
I'll get one out of the safe and I'll put it on trigger gauge right now and show you.
Yeah, let's see that. Let's see that. Yeah, that'll be cool. You know, I don't know if you've got any more expensive guns that you want to,
Well, we're going to get to that Glock and we're going to talk about that because that's a stupid expensive Glock.
Oh, yeah. We still haven't gotten to the Glock story, so we are doing that. That's coming up. If anyone's joining us now, coming in here now, definitely hit the like button and share this video on social media. We appreciate it. You know, that helps us keep growing here. So do that. Share this up. Let folks know what we're up to out here. We've been showing off the Gen 5s. So there you go. Let me see. Where's the other Gen 5? Hidden under. Got a bunch of stuff. So we've been showing like the Gen 5 Glocks. That's what we've been talking about as well. We've been talking about a bunch of stuff, man. We've been going like in and out, talking about everything here. So now we're gonna get out the CZP-10.
Yeah, I've got the MD-ADS. That's the red dot I've got on my little SBR AK. Okay,
cool. That's cool. But, Lola, do we have a thing for the MD? What was that? MD what?
MD-ADS.
The MD-ADS from Primary Arms. Okay, so if anyone's looking for one of those, we actually have in the description of this video, if you scroll down, you'll see that we made a deal with Primary Arms where it's kind of like an affiliate thing. So that helps support the channel. And if you guys get that through the links or anything else that's down there, you actually get free shipping and the mount or the scope rings or whatever it is that comes along with it. So check that out.
Solid deal.
Yeah, there we go. So now what is this again? Is this a
this is just a M82 or an M92 PAP. So you can see, you can see the dot there.
Yeah.
You know, it works pretty darn well. And I've got it mounted on my
Oh yeah.
M82 PAP SBR.
Very nice. Very nice.
So I mean, it's a fun gun. Works well.
Do you have anything full auto? Have you?
No, I'm not a machine gun guy, dude. Like I just I can't get into it.
Yeah.
Like so back when Alex C and I started working really hard on the YouTube stuff, we went out like twice a week and shot machine guns all day long. And like
I'm so jealous of you,
Alex, dude. It sucked.
Oh really?
Yeah, dude. Sure. Like after a while, you hit that point where you're like, man, I really don't want to shoot this thing anymore. Like I don't want to go and shoot machine guns because it's getting old now.
I'm sure there's lots of people like, really. I think I will.
No, it's a real thing, man.
Yeah. No, if you do, anything that you overdo. Anything that you overdo can be like that. Well,
and the thing is like I had access to the machine guns, and like I got to go out and shoot them pretty often. But like, there's no real skill involved once you learn how to control the recoil on a mag dump. Like that's it.
Yeah,
that's John, the only skill you have.
Right. Let me see. So Chris B says more AKs. He didn't get his fill last night. And John Warren says that's a rebranded Hollow Sun. So yeah, Primary Arms and Hollow Sun. I mean, I think basically Hollow Sun is building the optics. So
no idea.
That's what's going on there. That's why, for example, there's an ACSS red dot that that Dimitri, I know the guy that designs the reticles for Primary Arms. And he designed that, but you can only get it from Hollow Sun. So it's a red dot, but it has that ACSS system on it. And I was out in the desert with him shooting that thing from 300 and 600 yards. So red dot, I used a magnifier. He didn't really need to. And we were hitting steel out in the desert with the wind. But yeah, there's kind of like they work hand in hand, Hollow Sun and Primary Arms.
All right.
So there you go. Okay. What do we got?
Somebody asked about the P10C.
There it goes.
And I've not shot this. This is a brand new P10C.
Okay, just came in.
No, I've had it for like 2 months.
Oh, okay. You've been busy. You've been busy hitting the back of P320s with hammer.
Yep.
Sorry, I just had to sneak that one in.
That's all right. And I maintain that there was nothing flawed with the test. The only thing that I didn't do correct was I didn't run the slide and chamber a new prime case each time per the test protocol. But Zachary Cahill, I can't imagine getting tired of automatics. Now it's totally possible. So like now the trigger on this thing, I know that a lot of people are curious about it. People think that it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And so I'm gonna turn a little bit. Now when it's
got a safety
take the trigger up, this is all take up on this thing, man. Like that's quite a bit of take up. And you're cocking the striker there. So it's kind of gritty. And I don't know if you can see, it's kind of like it's not a smooth movement. And then when you get to the take up, the trigger pull itself is like 7 pounds. So, and I'm gonna prove this to y'all. So we're gonna turn our trigger gauge on now. Come on. Clear it. Ready. We're gonna hold the trigger safety down.
.725 it looks like.
Oh, there we go. So, and we're gonna do it again.
Yeah, do a few of them. Tango Hunter says, "Damn, people were making it sound like it was a 4.5 pound pull."
No, it is.
That one looked, that looks like 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Check it out. All right. So that why they say that is they're measuring the trigger pull incorrectly. If you pin it down here at the bottom, and then do it, oh damn, 4 pounds, 13.6 ounces. That's really light. Well, that's not how you measure trigger pull. You measure it from the center. So if you measure it from the center,
yeah, like you're supposed to, from where your finger is actually going to be. So 7.3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is representative of everyone that I've seen, and like it's not that good. It's creepy. It's noticeably lighter feeling than a Glock, and like it's not really lighter though. I just I can't get into it, man. Like,
is it and is it an expensive gun? I know CZ's like a Shadow.
They're like $4.99.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
No, but like that's Glock money. Like why am I? You know,
are those the polymer? No.
Yeah, it's polymer. So
okay.
Here is a Glock 17, a completely stock Glock 17. By comparison, oh shit! Come on. Trying to disable the trigger safety and like not pull it in a funny way. Come on. Like getting a good read on this gun is not easy.
Tango Hunter says, "Keep us posted after you break it in. Maybe the trigger will get better with use."
I'm not gonna break it in.
It sounds like you're not even gonna shoot it.
No, I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna take it out to the range. It'll probably see about 300 rounds, and then I'll send it back. Come on. I just don't have any desire for it. So yeah, so 6 pounds, 7 ounces. Like the Glock is actually lighter.
Yeah. Dan Davis says CZP10C or FN509. 509 has that free 3 mags deal with the gun. So there you go. I see there's lots of let me see. We got some comment on the full auto thing. Alex Chris B says, "I haven't fired any full auto in a while, but used to all the time. He misses it now." You know, and there's some other stuff in there. You know, one of the things I could say, like from shooting guns a lot, there does come like a point where, you know, you get a little worn down. A lot of times when I go to gun shows, like local stuff where people are shooting, I just prefer to like talk to folks and hang out even than do the shooting because I do so much. So I can see how when you do something a lot, you know, you need to miss it and then come back to it a little bit.
I mean, I still shoot a lot, man. Like when I go to like media events, I'm always the last dude on the firing line. They've got to like physically come remove me sometimes. I mean, I always like industry day. I stay till the very end.
Oh yeah, till it closes. Yeah, absolutely. That's what you got to do.
Yeah. See, that was 509 was 4 pounds 11 ounces.
Okay.
And that's got the Apex trigger in it. And then my Roland here.
So okay, let's see what the Roland, what's that's doing.
So that one, just so everyone has a good idea as to, you know, what's up with these trigger pull weights. That's not disengaged in the striker safety, the trigger safety. Yeah, I'm saying 4.9. So there you go. I mean, that kind of tells you what's up with the P10C trigger. Like I said, I'm not really that impressed with the gun. Like if you open it up, where did it go? All right, I lost the P10C. I had too many handguns on my desk.
Yeah.
If you open it up and take a look at like the rear of the slide,
let me look.
Like there's a lot of like really fine parts in here. Like this is the striker block right here. Get a pokey tool here. So like this right here is the striker block, and like that's a really small piece that I feel probably isn't as like durable as it could be. You can see it moving. It's just really delicate.
Is that metal or polymer?
Yeah, no, that's metal. But it's got a really small music wire spring, like very tiny. And then if you look down in the bottom in the guts, like, you know, right down in here. You've got a small coil spring that looks like something you pull out of a toy. Like the mag catch is kind of goofy. So, I mean, I'm not sold on it. I think that anybody who wants to be an early adopter, go for it. By all means, have fun, enjoy.
Yeah,
but
if you like it. Tango Hunter says, do you guys leave your carry trigger stock? Everyone is worried about litigation after a self-defense scenario, but has anyone ever been sued for that? So
no.
Yeah,
there's no case law for that.
Yeah, Patrick doesn't leave anything stock. Obviously, I leave them stock.
No, man.
But it's not for that reason. I don't care about
who
that.
Who asked this? Tango
Hunter. Yeah.
Yeah. This is my carry gun. That is a Overwatch Precision DAT B2 trigger. That is my everyday carry piece. I also carry the 509 on occasion. That's got an Apex flatty. And then I also carry my Roland Special. This also has a DAT B2, trigger from Overwatch Precision. And then even my shield that I don't carry has an Apex flatty in it. So if I end up with a trigger for it, it ends up in the gun.
Yeah, I don't see. Here's mine. I leave in the stock thing, but it's not because of that. There's so many things. If it's going to be a thing, it's going to be a thing. The lawyers and all that will find something to make into a situation. So I just don't worry about it. I'm just fine with the triggers the way that they are, and I'm used to it. So.
I became kind of a trigger snob, unfortunately. Like I bought a guy. My problem was I bought a Geisley SSA once, and like that ruined me. Like all of my AR triggers are either Geisley or Timney at this point. Like I don't have anything else except for in the torture test gun.
Yeah, I've got several friends like that. No matter what trigger is in the gun, even if it's a nice trigger, they take it out, put in Geisley stuff. So hey, there's nothing. That's how you roll. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's just you get used to something, and like when I pick up an AR, I want it to perform how I expect it to, and I expect it to perform like it's got a Geisley SSA in it.
Yeah, Vlarek Shard 2 says Delton 308 for 679, better than PSA.
Probably yes. I would say that's a safe bet. Delton's all right.
Yeah. So now I think people want to know. I think we left out a couple things here, and we're going to wrap pretty soon. But there's two things we have to get to. So one, why Glock 43 versus 26?
Yes.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see if the guy stuck around. I was going to try to ignore it and then address it next week. So why the Glock 43 instead of the 26? One is that the 26 really doesn't shoot well. Like no one makes a +1 or a +2 base plate that is just the right length. Like it needs to be like that wide, maybe a little bit longer, not much more. The closest thing that you get on the 23 is a base plate that's about that big, and that brings it almost to Glock 19 length. So like I can have 7 rounds in a single stack pistol with one in the chamber, or I can have 10 in a Glock 26 and then have a reload of 15, but I still have to do a reload. Realistically, my 9-round reload and my 7-round primary mag is more than enough.
Yeah.
Now on top of that, like I used to carry at 3 o'clock, and like gun width becomes a very big thing then. When you carry inside the waistband 3 o'clock in a t-shirt, like holster choice is very important, and like gun width is very important.
Yeah, and if you wear skinny jeans and like little tight baby shirts, that.
I can't help, man. I'm built hide.
I'm just teasing you.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah, like when you're talking about this is a good representation. Like when you're talking about that much man, I can't talk. When you're talking about that much difference in width, that's significant when you're talking about packing it at 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's why the 42s, even the 42s, are popular as well. But the 42s and the 43s,
the 42s do okay.
Yeah,
nothing like the 43s.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen the numbers on the 43s? I'd love to know what the numbers that they're selling, man.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't think they would tell us.
Yeah, I don't think they don't release that kind of stuff, do they?
No.
I'm sure it's a crap ton.
It's a bunch, man. Like I don't think they're selling as many as the 19s, but you know.
Yeah, 19. Yeah,
it is what it is.
Right. So now, what was the other? Oh yeah, we were going to talk about that that Glock that you have.
Yeah, the Roland.
Yeah.
We kind of get things sort of in order here. Like I've got like Arsenal Firearm, Arsenal Strike 1.
Yeah. So what's the story with this? I think that you were telling us there was a
story. Yeah. So and like I was going to cover it on TFB TV, the story behind the gun, but I'm just not going to. Like, it's interesting, but I've got a lot of things I need to cover.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the Roland Special, and I'm gonna put it in the poster. This is the Roland Special, and it looks like something off of a SWAT officer's belt or something. It's super mall ninja tactical.
Yeah. To fit all that stuff in there.
Yeah, but like all of it has a purpose, and like that's the cool thing about it. Like it all has a reason that it's on here.
Can you hold it up to the camera real close so we can get a nice back up a little? Go to there you go, right there,
yeah,
right there. Very nice, very nice. Okay.
Now I kind of fill you guys in as to what the deal is with this. It is a Gen 3 or a Gen 4 Glock 19. You have an Overwatch precision trigger. There are some other internal enhancements, namely a minus power plunger spring and a plus power trigger return spring. You also have a slide that's been milled by ATEI and refinished by them. And they do the top serrations, the enhanced front and enhanced rear serrations, as well as the RMR Pro Cut. You have
that's a different. Okay, so can you just hold it to the top so we can see that? Because is that a different serration on top versus the
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's more like MMP.
It's like a scale, yeah, like a dragon scale kind of thing.
Sort of. You've got an RMR 06 on here. You've got a Mariglow plain, like mid-height suppressor sights, and then the 4-port compensator and barrel from KKM Precision.
Is that OD green?
Yeah, this is a Battlefield green Glock.
Battlefield green, okay.
That's what it started life as. And then you've got a Surefire X300 U-Boat A, so UA. And
Jeez.
like you also have Vickers control parts and a Raven Concealment Freya Magwell that I've got a drop of paint on. That's nail polish. And the point of that is whenever I've dropped the mag, it should be coming up like this, and that gives me a point to focus on. I mean, y'all can see it from there. It stands out like a neon sign, so I can focus on that and get my reload in and get back up on target. And that's a me thing. That's not like a Roland thing. Like I do that to most of my guns. That I shoot a bunch.
Right. Kevin says Gen 5 would look weird as hell with those accessories. Yeah. So now, what does that thing cost?
All right, so
yeah, hit us with that.
ATEI offers a package. I pieced mine together, and that's kind of the deal. I will drop the link down in the chat. I want to check it out. Oh yeah, no, it's editing me out.
Oh, okay. You know what? You can email me a link. We'll put it in the description. Or can you know what? Put it in our personal chat here if you have that window. The blue speech bubble. See the blue speech bubble? There you go. Okay, got it.
There you go. So that is just the work, not the gun. So you buy a Gen 3, Gen 4 Glock 19 and send it into ATEI and wait your 8 weeks. You are looking at $2,300 for just the labor.
Wow. Okay.
So you're looking at like a $2,800 gun, all said and done. So it's expensive, but it shoots really, really, really flat. Like it's a hell of a good shooter. No, I said that there was a reason for all of these things.
And we're calling this the Roland Special, right? I just need to.
This is the Roland Special. So I'll give you guys a little bit of background on this. So Roland is a pseudonym of a man that I promise to not name. If you do Google him, Roland Death Chain or Roland Special, you will come up with a name. So he was an ex CAG guy, like learned a bunch of stuff. I think he did like 11, 12 years with Delta Force, and it is a self-described pistolero. And like the dude can shoot, and I've had conversations with him where he's talked about engaging enemy offhand, like point shooting at 75 yards with a handgun kind of thing, and like hitting people. It's a very sobering conversation to hear, but that aside,
that's what he had to do for a living. So
so now for his 30th birthday, his roommate built him a Glock 17, and it had most of this stuff on here. It looked like this. It was a 17 minus the KKM barrel and comp and light. So it had the badass mill work done to it, and I had back in the day it was a Sentinel Designs concept magwell. Roland put a flashlight on there, and if you take the compensator off, as you might imagine, this kind of gets a little bit foul with carbon, right? And if it's foul with carbon, it's not flashy and bright like that. So you add a compensator, your gases now are not impacting the lens of the light anymore. So he actually
and there's a whole thing to like light fighting, right? I know that I don't know jack shit about it, but there's a whole thing to using your lights and all that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, you need to use like spill. So like if I shut the lights off in here, if I'm gonna bring it up, it's gonna blind you, but if I do this, the whole room lights up. If I point it down to the ground, you still get splash, spill. You can use spill to identify targets. So I mean, like this is off to the side, and it's still lighting me well, but it's not screwing things up.
Yeah. I call it light fighting because I know there's guys that do a whole thing on what to do with it or whatever. Probably like a more advanced thing.
So anyhow, but yeah, no, it's a super cool build, and like it's got to be my favorite 9mm to shoot. It's basically an open gun. No, it does not have strobe, Crispy.
We got some crazy comments in here. Badass gun.
John Warren. I can't comment on that.
Oh, okay. So Cal L, he wants to Roland out a VP9.
I mean, if you want a gun that's not going to work properly.
Kevin says, "Oh damn, that's a death sentence. 2,800."
It's expensive. I mean, it ain't cheap. And don't get me wrong. Like, this is something that I really wanted to put together because I thought that the story behind the gun was really cool.
A cool story. Yeah.
So anyway, the first gun he had was a 17. His roommate built him a Glock 17 and gave it to him for his 30th birthday. Well, his roommate went out of town for a business trip, and when he came back, I talked to his roommate, and he said that he came in and said, "Hey, bro, I ordered some parts for my gun," and it had a KKM barrel in there with a 4.4 compensator and the Surefire on it, and it was a Glock 19. Well, his roommate had an identical Glock 19 that he didn't own any longer. He now owned the 17 he gave, Roland. For his birthday. So he stole the 19. The first Roland Special was stolen from his roommate, and he replaced it with a 17 because the 19 is the same size as a Glock 34 if you throw the compensator on there.
Wow.
So it's the same length as a Glock 34, and that was why he was like, "Yeah, I want that one." So it was kind of funny.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So how long have you had that now?
I think I've been shooting it for about 4 or 5 months, something like that. Maybe about 4 months. I think I've got about 2,500 rounds through it at this point in its current configuration. Before that, I had about 1,500 rounds to the Glock. So,
yeah, I see some more stuff. Tango Hunter says it shoots flat because your wallet's lighter.
Like I said, it is expensive, but
Yeah.
you do get what you pay for. I did talk a little about mounting red dots to pistols last time. Like ATEI is one of the few shops that makes you send in your red dot with the slide, and they measure it, and they adjust the programming for the CNC machine to cut the RMR cut precisely to the housing, because like each one is different.
Yeah, I remember you were saying that the last time. So what's up with the holster? The holster,
Yeah, man, like
that comes in the whole setup that you can get, and let's lock on that.
Well,
so
I mean, it's a raving concealment.
Fight Club hashtag Fight Club. I see that.
Yeah. Well, a Fight Club is a Press Check Solutions thing, and it's a training company that's like associated with the Roland Special. But this holster was designed with the input of Roland himself, and like they wanted to build something that is pretty rad, which they did. Now, downside is even the holster is stupid expensive. I think retail on one of these things is like $180, which is insane. But it works really, really well, and it looks rad as hell when it's in that holster. With these quick clips that have a little bit of a cant to them, as you can see. There we go.
Oh yeah.
See, there's a little bit of a wedge there, so it kind of pushes the gun out just a touch, making getting a good firing grip on the gun like a whole lot easier when it's on your belt. You could also do something like put the wings on it, and like I will carry this, concealed with the wings on it.
Yeah. So I see Christopher Gunawan says, I seriously finished dinner, ran a 5K, showered, did 2 loads of laundry, and this podcast is still going. Yes, that's right. I hope you left it on the whole time that you were doing all of that. And you should at least like click the thumbs up. Yeah, man.
If you ran a 5K, showered, and did 2 loads of laundry, they were either not done very well or that was a very short 5K.
Yeah. Hey, you could have just, walked on the treadmill.
It is what it is. Burris Red Dot on an FNP Tactical 45. FNP Tactical 45 is a fine handgun. I don't have any problems with that. The Burris Red Dot, I might look at something else.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay, go ahead. You want to answer some more questions before we go here?
Yeah, I mean, we can.
Yeah. 28-minute 5K.
Yeah, you're just making numbers up now. 6.5 Grendel. No, I do not. I'll show you why. I do not own anything in 6.5 Grendel.
Future of the 6.5 Grendel. Okay.
Future of that caliber in my mind. I hope it goes to hell. So if this is 6.5.
There's lots of guys that don't like the 6.5 Grendel, man. Lots of hate for.
Do you notice something off about this piece of 6.5 Grendel brass? You notice maybe a line that shouldn't be there?
Is it cracked?
You try to get this to where it's like...
Can't see it, yeah.
Focusing on the brass. There we go. Notice something that might be a little off there?
Is there a separation?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
You're onto something. All right.
Yeah.
So break out my pocket knife so you can more clearly see this. So this should be a straight wall case, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
Huh.
That is banding, sir. That is banding on the case, and that is a sign of overpressure in bad brass. This came from the same box of ammo.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
So it's safe to say that I will not be purchasing a 6.5 Grendel.
So is this the brass, or is this just the design of the round?
It's just a dumb round. Like, doesn't really do anything well.
And I know they changed. If I probably I'm not getting the story right on this. I think they changed a bunch of stuff to make it proprietary, right?
Sort of.
That's what I hear from guys that don't like it.
The reason that I don't want a 6.5 Grendel is, like the base of the rim dimensions are the same as 762 by 39. There are a lot of companies out there using 762 by 39 bolts on 6.5 Grendel builds, and it doesn't support the base of the base of the brass well enough, and you get blowouts like that. You also have companies out there that have produced some really inferior brass that is still on the marketplace despite being recalled. I don't think that I just don't see any point to 6.5 Grendel.
Yeah. Okay.
I just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm probably not going to argue that, but I have shot. I think I've got 6.5 Grendel and all that because I believe I've shot some stuff.
If you got anything with a PPU head stamp, I would seriously reconsider shooting it.
Okay. Okay.
It's a thing. Like Google it. It's
yeah. It is. I think what I have is Wolf Gold.
Yeah. I would probably just sell it, or not shoot it, or shoot it behind a wall.
Okay, cool. You know what? Let's wrap this up, man. Anything that you want to plug for TFB TV? What kind of stuff you guys have coming up?
Oh man, actually, tomorrow I'm going to the range and I'm taking the APR Ranger in 223 here. I'm taking this guy out to the range, and we are going to see if we can get steel case ammo to shoot like sub half minute.
Oh, okay.
So
you want to take bets on that? I think it could do it.
I'm hoping for like a sub half inch group at 100 yards.
Okay. Yeah. So you're just gonna take. I'm gonna say yes. I'll let everyone else say what they have to say. I'm gonna say yes, but I'm optimistic.
Anybody else?
Yeah. Who else has opinions on that?
This rifle is not going to be able to shoot a half inch group at 100 yards with steel case ammo.
Yeah. We'll see what folks say on that one.
I need somebody to answer me before I'm satisfied.
Yeah. So he's waiting. Okay, and then what else do you, while you're waiting for that, what else do you have? I noticed one of your dudes was, didn't you have a dude out in, what is it? Somewhere in the Eastern European parts?
Maybe. We got dudes everywhere.
Yeah, someone from TFB TV, I think.
No.
No?
No.
Oh, no? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, you didn't get to go to the show, obviously.
All
right. How many guys contribute to TFB TV? Is it just you and one other guy, or?
So there's James Reeves, there's myself, Miles usually contributes on Wednesdays. And we have Mike B. He's in Switzerland. He does a video once a month. Eddie O hasn't contributed anything in about 7 months, but he's been pretty busy with work.
But Lawrence Lerwick says he thinks he can do it. Depends on the shooter. If you can't do it, it's your fault.
No. So the ammo I'm going to be using.
So Shinrat Shin says with Tula, probably not. What are you using? Is it Tula?
No.
What's the okay?
I'm not putting Tula in my gun.
Chris B wants to know, where's James now?
James is on his way back from Slovakia.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. There you go.
Slovakia. Oh yeah. No, he is in Slovakia. Yes.
Yeah. I thought I saw one of your dudes out there.
So we're gonna be shooting this and steel match.
Steel match. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely.
So I'm hoping we'll see. Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. Al Chervik says I think so too. Lawrence Lerwick says Patrick, it could be done, but depends on the shooter. So there you go. All right, so let's hold that up. So you're not taking the other one out, right? You're just taking out the 223.
The other one I may. I haven't decided quite yet. Like
Tango Hunter says, hell yeah, especially with the heavier grain.
Minute and a half. No, this is gonna easily do better than that. That's funny.
Yeah. So okay, cool.
No, I fully expect sub half minute groups. If I do my part, I would be willing to say I might even get into the quarter minute range.
How soon is the video going to go up after you shoot it?
It might be a few weeks.
Oh, okay. Dan Davis wants to know what's going down in Slovakia. I think it was what's the name of that gun again?
Arex, the Arex 01. They were introducing a new one. They did a competition model, and they did something else.
Yeah. Someone's challenging your man card.
If I can't hit sub-minute, like I'm putting a new barrel on that gun.
Kevin says, let me see, what was that? Okay, now there's a whole bunch of stuff coming up. One cool ass musket. My Mac 90 does better than one MOA. Get it on the C-Max rifles. So check out C-Max arms. Someone's, I don't know. Not sure what that is. And then someone wants to know if I'm anywhere near Ovidio, Florida. Somewhere, probably everywhere. It's probably like 3 hours for me. I've heard of it though. So
I don't even know what the hell that is.
Yeah, Ovidio, Florida. I have to look it up, but yeah, I mean, it's probably not that far from where I'm at. I'm in Gainesville.
Said with Tula, probably not. Actually, Tula makes a 75 grain or 76 grain, 77 grain, something like that. They do make like a heavy bullet, and I think it probably can do half minute.
Okay. Yeah.
Somebody else asked what the like magnification of that scope was. I believe it goes up to 21. Yes, 21.
21. Okay, cool. All right. So any other stuff? Any other stuff? I think
no. So check out TFB TV.
What's your social media?
My social media is at TFB Patrick on the Instagram. I only have like love for the gram. Everything else can go away. So at TFB Patrick on Instagram. I've also got Facebook, but like it just gets everything that Instagram gets, and I don't pay attention to it.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Also, check out TFB TV sponsors, Ventura Munitions and ProxyVid. The dudes at Ventura are awesome guys, and they got some really good prices on ammo.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Kevin says this is the only live chat that he's enjoyed. All right. Hey, that's fine. I'll take that. Hey.
That makes me happy. Thank you.
1-1. You won one.
Eat your heart out, Tim.
Yeah, you won one, but you lost the rest. Whatever, it's fine with me. Okay, so here I want to remind folks to we've got a link in the description for Forge from Freedom, the T-shirt that they're in Texas, and 100% of that money goes to the folks out there. Also, grabagun.com on Facebook has a silent auction for the IWI Galil Ace SAR that they're auctioning off, also going to the folks out there in Houston affected by everything that's going on. I want to thank everyone that's in the chat, all the questions. We still have a bunch of people on here right now, and we're like half an hour from midnight, so that's pretty badass in my personal opinion. I want to thank Patrick for that, obviously, from coming on.
I mean, it's definitely not red dot or low power variable. That's a cool question. I want to answer that.
Okay, go ahead.
Tango Hunter, red dot or a low power variable. So like a 1 power variable. If I could only pick one, man, it depends on the gun, but probably gonna go with a low power variable. I only have one right now, and that's a Strike Eagle on my Gunsight Scout, but I really do like it a lot. Like a nice 1 power, low power variable really beats out a red dot in terms of like usefulness.
Yeah, flexibility.
But like again, it depends on what you're doing. If you live in an urban environment and you're not going to be shooting out past 200 yards, roll with a red dot. Like you're going to be fine. If you regularly head out to the country and you might take something out past 200, I might go for a low power variable. And if you're a competent shooter and you want to try something new, then the low power variable might be for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think a low power variable is probably the way to go. And I'm transitioning that way myself on my guns. I've been spending money on like precision rifle stuff recently. And eventually I'll get around to replacing my red dots on my serious guns with low power variables.
Okay, that makes sense. Can't knock that. All right, let me shout out the folks in here that are still here. Exhale, Tango Hunter, Chris. Let me see. Chris B is still in here. Q James, Eric Smith says he just got in. Shout out to Eric Smith. He's been supporting my channel for a while. We got Tango Hunter, Vanessa Kitty, Al Chervik, Some Guns, Kevin, you know, who only likes this particular show.
Sorry, Kevin, I love you.
Yeah, Zeus, Lawrence Lerwick.
Kevin's really my mom.
Oh, Dan David. Oh, really? Sure. I'll go for that. You know, so shout out to everyone who's been in here, you know, including Zachary Cahill, including, you know, the old man in the sea, Walter Keller, that went to bed. He's sleeping. He's sleeping right now. Shout out to all those folks. I want to thank everyone that sponsors the channel. That is Walter Keller from Safety Harbor Firearms, Rand CLP, of course, Andrew's Custom Leather, and Big Daddy Guns that gives us the space and the bandwidth and all that good stuff. Lets us borrow their Glocks as long as we don't do too much damage to the. Oh, this is a Gen 4. So here we go, Gen 5.
That's okay. You can use Gen 4 as a hammer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. So shout out to Big Daddy Guns. Thanks for lending us the guns. They'll be back in the store for sometime tomorrow. For anyone that's looking for those here in the Gainesville area, you know, of course, I want to thank everyone that that sponsors us on Patreon. We are Patreon/Hank Strange. What's you guys' Patreon, Patrick?
It is patreon.com/TFBTV.
There you go. And they've got like special levels of patches.
Yes.
So you guys want to check that out?
We do. I will show you the.
Oh yeah, we never saw the
first patch. Come on.
Lock and Load is in the house too. What's up to Lock and Load? Those guys were actually out shooting with me, if that's who I think it is. I don't know. Maybe not. No, that's Locks. That's Locks and Load that was shooting with me. There you go. TFB patch.
That's pretty rad. So this is the same patch that we had at SHOT Show, and this is was our uniform. So
I need one of those. I need to
send one to you. I need to do that. If I grab what I meant to grab first time. Damn it. Of course.
What, you got to cover something?
yeah. So this was my badge when I was at SHOT, and I'm not big on uniforms, so that was my uniform.
Yeah. Oh, I know how it is. All right. So you know what? I'm gonna wrap this up. We will have Patrick come back. For all you guys who want to see Patrick come back, we will have him come back. We'll hang out. We'll talk about a bunch of stuff. So thanks everyone. We're gonna hit him up with the peace sign, Patrick. Let's hit him up. Peace out.
Vanessa, if you buy anything other than an aim point, you're wrong, and you should feel bad for being wrong.
Peace.
Later.